Hey, hello everyone.
Yippee! Hello,
Welcome,
hello!
welcome to the Snack Time Podcast with your hosts,
Yippee!
Cornelius Calgary, me, and
Macaron DM, me!
yay! Let's
Yippee!
go, let's go. Hello,
Oh
Shogun. Hello,
shit.
Alexis. Welcome. Yeah.
2
Bye.
seconds. You know what? I just fucked up already.
What?
I was like, hold on. I'm not recording this. Crap!
Hey, Dirt.
Okay, there we go.
Hello. Hey, I Shogun. Hey, Alexis. Welcome, welcome.
Welcome,
Okay.
everybody. Welcome.
Oh, Catboy already. Okay, let me do the Catboy.
Already?
Already a redeem for Catboy. Thank you, I Shogun. Thank you for your lurk. Yep. Oh, did I broke? Oh no, did I broke YouTube Studio again? Oh no, that's the wrong one. It's 1.5.
Things be breaking.
What the hell? Where? Oh, I forgot the toggle.
Apologies, everybody. It's been a hot minute since we've been.
Yeah.
I think both of us haven't been streaming for quite some time. So
Exactly. Oh, my model's so laggy. But thank you, I Shogun. Welcome to the stream. And thank you for the lurk.
Hello, Chanel. Hello. Also, hello as well to you, Micro. In case I didn't say hello to you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of the podcast. Corn's been liberated. The Brazilians have been liberated.
Liberated. I can post on Twitter again, and it's the happiest day of my life.
Bro's back.
I'm back. The
boy is back.
Oh my god. I miss Twitter. Honestly, I miss Twitter. Like, I tried using Instagram. I tried using like Blue Sky. Bro, I was like, please, don't force me to do this. Please.
How does it feel to be free? How does the freedom feel?
It feels good. Honestly, it feels good. I was so happy because like it came back like early in the day. And when it came back, I was at my college at the lab, and I was gonna work like after leaving the lab at 4 p.m. I had to work from 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And I only got to use Twitter like when I got home, like 11 p.m. Goose was streaming, and in the moment I turned on my Wi-Fi, I got like 8 notifications. I was like, yes, it's back. It's finally back. I was so happy. Chat. You guys have no idea how happy I was.
I'm so happy for you. Like,
thank you.
I'm not even kidding. I'm not joking about this at all. It was so depressing not seeing a lot of your stuff. Even a lot of other accounts too, because a lot of them were run by Brazilians. It's like, wow, this is so sad.
I appreciate
There is nothing happening.
yeah, literally, like, oh man. I'm so happy. I'm back. So yeah, chat.
I'm so happy for you. We're back, guys.
We're back in business, absolutely.
Yay! What are you gonna do? What's your first? Well, you've already tweeted out, but like, what are you going to shook the entire platform with?
I actually, you know what? I'm gonna live tweet this. Let me open my Twitter real quick.
Hold on. I need to watch this. Go down.
Okay, let me. Oh, I can capture my screen, but I was thinking about something. Oh wait, I can't. Okay.
Is it what I think it is?
No, I probably. Let me. I need to grab like a meme image real quick before I do that. Let me look it up.
I'm very curious as to what it is. If I think it is what it is, because you've been deprived for the last 2-ish weeks, then I'm actually going to laugh. I'm going to cackle.
It might be. Can I not find the image? There you go. This is a good one.
Download We've been image. In sync quite a bit today already. So
being in sync. Chad, you guys have no idea how in sync we've been. Okay.
Like, literally, he messages me, and Okay, I should probably update everybody on this. So I have a
Absolutely.
job, and Corn also has a job. So we've both been really tired. But so for me, because I work really early in the mornings, I've just been like super duper exhausted. So I came home and I decided to take like a 2-hour nap. I wake up and I get a message from Corn. Literally almost like 5 seconds after I wake up, I'm checking my phone and I get a DM and I'm like, oh, realize it's Corn. And I was like, what the fuck? He's like on time. Surprisingly impeccable timing, considering I just woke up. He's messaged me, "Good morning," and I messaged him back, and I'm like, "You literally timed that so well. I don't know how the heck you did that, but you did." And he was like, "Okay, cool." And then I was about to message him back because usually the thing that happens is that he goes to get breakfast before we start this thing, and I was about to tell him to just go do it before he calls me. And he just tells me that he's going to do it before he calls me anyway. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Literally
we can't
insane.
be doing this. We can't be like this.
Yes, literally insane. Okay, I'm going to post it. I'm going to post it.
I'm waiting.
There you go. Repost.
If I think it is what it is, I'm going to die of laughter.
Hopefully it's gonna work.
Please post. I'm appreciating the mooding posts here and there. I don't even know if wait, maybe that's what I can tell you about. That's the only exciting thing that's happened on Twitter since you've been gone, is that people are so mooding is a hippo in Thailand. She's a baby hippo. She's been trending lately, and she's been all over my timeline. She's like the cutest thing, but she's also really silly looking as well. That's all I've been looking forward to half the time these days, is just a post about Mooding, because the photos of her are really, really silly.
I see. Let's see if that works. Did it work? It did. I posted it.
Where is it? Give it to me! Hold on. I'm going to your page. I'm not even going to bother reloading over and over again. Oh my goodness, that is iconic. I need to repost that.
I missed her chat.
That's so funny. guys, you need to go look at it. If you haven't seen it already, you need to go look at it. It's so funny.
Oh man. Let me send the link. Bro.
I knew it. I knew that's what you were going to do. I was like, wait, he's been deprived. This is his one chance.
Yes, I've been deprived. It's crazy.
Oh, that's so good. You're as beautiful as the day I lost you.
Beautiful as the day I lost you. Let me
so
pin.
Good.
Let me pin the tweet to my chat. And I can send on your chat.
So funny.
It was.
I love that. That's actually so good. That's amazing. Oh, I can't get enough of it. It's so good. This is the thing I was waiting for. I was like, he's got his shot. No! Nightbot deleted it!
No!
Nightbot deleted it!
He hates me.
Damn it!
He hates me.
Damn it. Okay, hold on. Oopsies, indeed. 2 seconds. Let me grab this.
Yay! I can DM you if you want.
Oh, yes. Oh, wait, no, actually, I should be faster to... Oh, yes, I can be faster. I am faster. Ha!
Hey! Okay, fair enough. Damn.
There we go. Pin it.
Let's go.
People will see and be like, what is this? Open it up and realize what the heck it is. It's beautiful. It's just... I have no words for it. It's amazing. I love it. I'm gonna have that Lady Gaga moment.
What do you mean Lady Gaga moment?
Oh my gosh, you've never seen it. So there's this really funny clip of her where she's describing something and she's using all of these like, descriptive words. Like amazing, stunning, fantastic. I've never been the same out of this world.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
Oh. Yes, that's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah. Yeah, chat, this is like the re-meeting of, true loving souls that have been separated by fate.
The reunion.
The reunion, yes. I was looking
the two
for that
souls
word.
in question, a xenomorph and Korn.
Me, yeah. So good.
This is what I wanted. This is what I expected, and I'm so glad that it happened. This is exactly what I needed, and I'm grateful that it had occurred in the way that it did.
It was so good.
But other than that, what else did you miss out on? I don't think there's anything else that you've missed out on.
I don't think so. Besides,
There
petty
hasn't-
drama.
Yeah, which, no news to us. It's
Yep.
always gonna be there.
Yeah,
I can't think of anything else that you've missed out on other than Mudeng, which I am now talking about to you. It's a baby hippo. It's just a baby hippo who just is really funny to look at. It's just, I don't even know what else to describe her as. She's just really funny. There's so much art of her. It's great. I love it to bits.
I think I saw. Is that the meme where there's being water sprayed on her and she looks terrified?
Yes.
Okay, I've seen on Reddit. I think I've seen on Reddit or somewhere.
Yes, it's exactly that hippo. That is Mudeng. She's so funny. Do you know what's funnier too? Is that she has an older sister who is a lot more serious than her. So.
That's great.
I love it. It's giving me the serotonin I need.
No, absolutely, for sure.
You make me happy.
Hey, Luke, welcome to the chat. Thank you for tuning in.
Hi, Luke. Hold on, you know what I need to do? I need to open up your chat as well. The thing that I should also mention to everybody as well, I don't even know if this is working properly the way I'm hoping it will, but we'll see when the podcast ends, and if I scream on Twitter, you'll know why. But Korn and I are officially recording this, in the spirit of official podcasting. So the plan is to upload the audio, edit it all, and all that jazz, so that you guys can listen to it on Spotify on the go, basically. So that way you don't have to keep coming back to Twitch to listen to it.
Yeah.
I should have put a message up on my end to mention that, but
yeah, should do that. Yeah,
totally forgot to. But we're letting you guys know that now, is that this whole thing is being recorded. You guys will hopefully be able to listen to this and or all the other future podcasts as well on the go. So yeah, that's a big present for all of you.
Yep. Oh, ads about to start, chat. I'm sorry.
Apologies. You know what? I'm gonna edit this audio and just chuck a random ad in between there. Just put a random ad in there.
I mean, if it works, it works. Thank you for the
Tater Tots micro. I mean, yeah, but I don't know what the ad will be about. I don't know. Get your popcorn.
Get your popcorn. Yeah, get your snacks because it's snack time.
Yeah, get your snacks because it's snack time. That's actually really good. You know, I'm gonna write that one down.
Hey, you can have an announcer, ladies and gentlemen, grab your snacks.
That would be amazing. It's like the cinema when the cinema has those funny ads before the movie starts.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What? Okay, because every cinema here has the same ad basically before the movie begins. What iconic ad do they play in the cinemas in Brazil?
One that I remember is because every cinema, they are owned by different companies, so usually each one of them have their own stuff. They have one That's actually the one that where I went to the movies where the movies were empty. Basically they run this ad telling you, oh, turned off your phone, if you are using 3D glasses, remember to return them, etc., etc. But they use like it's funny because it's a cinema, but they use like a circus, like the animation's a circus. So you have, yeah, it's kind of like, I was like, okay, I don't understand why this is a thing, you know. So yeah, but yeah, chat.
I don't get why this is happening.
Why is it circus if it's a cinema? And then like there's the strong man and the dancer and the acrobat and like the little monkey, which is basically the mascot of the company. And I was like, okay, why is there a circus in the cinema? Because they are in the cinema, because they're like showing like the seats and the emergency lights and emergency exits. I was like, why is this a circus?
The way you're describing it sounds like a fever dream.
Yeah, because it's pretty much, it's like a 5-minute long ad. It's crazy.
5 minutes? What the heck?
Yeah, it's pretty long.
That's so long. The ones we have only go for like 2 minutes. And like you said, for ours, depending on the company, will depend on what the ad is. But I think it's Cineplex. I might be wrong. But they have this a similar circumstance of like the psychotic ad of where they talk about like, turn off your phone, like get your snacks and all that jazz. It's the snack one, because they talk about the snack bar. And they're like, it's crunchy, it's munchy, and it's a man who's really hungry and then still hungry. It's just quoting it really funnily in like almost a 1920s kind of way. Okay. Me and my sister, we quote it often, and it's just really silly because we've lived in New Zealand, in Australia for 10 years, and to this day, the fact that we've had to remember it and they've never changed it either is insane to me.
That's crazy. They never changed it.
No, the only thing they changed about it was
that's crazy.
Like the title cards. But for the most part, it's been the same way for the last several years since we've lived here. So it makes no difference. It's really weird. The cinema ads are wild. Yes,
that is true. It's funny because this one, it changed like a lot. Like it's always a circus, it's always with a monkey and like the circles thing. Hey KJ, hello, welcome. But like it always changed, like they changed basically the music, the background, the animation itself. So it's kind of funny that yours never changed because ours do all the time.
Yeah, it's really I don't know, maybe they're trying to cut back on budgeting. I don't know. I think a circus inside a cinema would be pretty expensive.
Yeah. It's pretty good animation. Oh my god, is
what, there's an elephant inside. Hi! I am at the House of Targaryen. I don't have white hair though. Actually no. That's another problem. I don't have white hair and I don't have purple eyes. Damn it. I can't be Targaryen.
You could have both things, just tint your hair and use like contacts. You can do that.
Actually, you just gave me a really good idea. That's what I'm going to do in future for Duolingo. I'm going to dress up as a Targaryen. Yeah. Just to play the bit.
That's actually pretty good. Yeah, do that.
Just to play the bit.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Thanks, Cord.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the idea.
I'm glad I'm here to help. See chat. I come back and I'm already helping people progress in their lives. See what a blessing that I am.
He's out here treating it like it's therapy. Oh my goodness.
That is crazy.
Ooh, I'm out here helping people one person at a time. Yippee!
Yeah. It's like the one bit in the Peanuts, like shrink for a penny. I
have no idea what you're talking about. I was
you don't know the Peanuts? Charlie Brown?
Is this an... Oh! Okay, I was confused. I was thinking immediately. My mind immediately went to the food.
The
Peanuts.
food, yeah, that's
not
fair. That's
not
fair.
the
That's
show
fair.
Peanut.
No, yeah, I should have said Charlie Brown. I think that made more sense. But like, is there
But the
any
hit show, the Peanuts.
the hit show? Exact the hit show. Yeah, but I think it's Lucy Van Pelt, and she has like a stand on like a square on something. That's like a shrink for a penny or something. No, is it like a stand, like a lemonade stand, and it says the. I don't know if it's shrink for a penny, but it's something for a penny, therapy for a penny or something. And then she has the doctor is in when she's behind the stand, and people can just drop a penny and they'll have like a therapy session.
Damn, that's crazy. Imagine going to therapy for a penny. That's so cheap.
Yeah, I mean she's a kid, so it's not actual, it's not effective therapy, but it's
Hey, we can think that perhaps it is that cheap. We can, psych ourselves into that.
Yeah, absolutely. To be fair, in the bloodline far, far away, the Targaryen bloodline, where there is a few of them who have black hair and black eyes, so you good go.
True, that is very true, especially considering that there are a lot of bastards within the Targaryen household because of Maegor and a couple of other Targaryens who, fucked a couple of women, left them, and those said women gave birth to more Targaryens, so kind of tragic. It's a little sad, but we do get to learn about them in season 2, which I think I did talk about earlier this week when I was doing Duolingo.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, there's an episode in season 2. I should probably give context to everybody. So in House of the Dragon, in season 2, we are in the, what's it called? The Dance of the Dragons, which is a war between House Hightower and House Targaryen. The Hightowers are important to the series because Alicent Hightower married King Viserys, who is Rhaenyra, her best friend and princess of the kingdom, and also was the heir to the Iron Throne. Basically, Viserys had married Rhaenyra's best friend when she was like 15. As fucked as that sounds, that's just how the series goes, because it's supposed to feel screwed.
Yeah, it's Game of Thrones.
It's Game of Thrones. So Alicent, I don't know if you remember us talking about this last time, but Alicent, is trying to get Aegon, her son, to sit on the Iron Throne because of a whole misunderstanding and blah, blah, blah.
I remember that.
So they are, in a sense, like one faction, and then House Targaryen is a second faction. Basically, in summary, we refer to them as the Blacks versus the Greens. Now, the thing that recently happened within the television series is that to fight in this war, to basically build herself a bigger army, what they did was they sent out people to go searching for Targaryen bastards, because the likelihood of those bastards being able to tame dragons, because that's what Targaryens do, they tame dragons, is very high. So they bring them all in, and she wants them to try and tame Vermithor, who is the second largest dragon in the world behind Vhagar, who is the largest dragon currently living at this time.
Okay.
She walks in, shows them how to do it. Like, she literally calms Vermithor with like a couple of High Valyrian words, and just, basically shows them how it's done.
I see.
And then she tells them, okay, now it's your turn. And she walks up, and they're all attempting to tame Vermithor, most of which not being successful at all, because Vermithor, burns most of them anyways, so...
I see. Jesus.
Yeah.
We're talking about the House of Dragon, Shogun. Oh, and... KJ, it's because you said the words "the stupidest woman" and the automod triggered. It's okay, don't worry about it. He said Alice.
Woman.
Alice is the stupidest woman I ever have known.
Okay. I will admit this for like plot reasons. She's not stupid for no reason. Honestly, the whole reason why she's in this situation in the first place isn't even remotely her fault. Anyways, she's just been influenced by her father, who was the hand of the king, who really wants this power, and so therefore basically offers her up to the king. And so therefore the High Towers are in close relevance to, you know, the royal family. Not her fault at all. She was 15 years old. She was just doing what her father told her to do, all that jazz. That has affected her to this day. Her attitude about a lot of different things is affected and influenced by her father. That's not on her. She's not the dumb one. If anything, her father is the dumb one.
I see. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Women, what the fuck else? Yes, KJ, they try to silence us all the time. It's terrible. Automod,
were you silent or were you silenced?
No, Automod just silences us all the time. It's actually censorship.
Censorship. No freedom of speech here. Yep, that's not allowed. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, first is Twitter, now it's Automod. God damn it.
Yes.
You're sabotaging me, chat.
But how long has it been? It has been 30 minutes thus far, and we have not spun the wheel. Shall we do the honors?
Absolutely. Let's spin the wheel.
Okay, let's spin this wheel. Let's spin this baby. Let's see what it lands on. I'm actually curious what it's gonna land on, because there's a lot of really good topics on here.
True.
Oh,
what did we got?
Actually, good advice.
Oh, hell yeah, let's go. Oh, man, I'm not ready for this one.
We've wanted to do this for a bit, I realized as well.
We have. Okay. You want to start?
You go. You start. If you've got something, you do it. You go.
I don't. I should think about it.
You don't? Okay. Okay, well, let's do it this way so that, you know, we can keep the ball rolling.
Okay.
Good advice we've actually been given, and a good advice we would give.
That's good. That's actually good.
Yeah. It's like, what good advice have you actually been given that like, you know, was actually really helpful?
Was actually okay. I have one that's pretty good that I carry with me like since forever. Back in high school, because like in Brazil, for you to get on the good colleges, you have to do basically which is basically SATs. You know, it's very important test. Hello, Sushi. Welcome to the podcast. And
hello.
To pass on the test, you know, they're pretty hard because, you know, the colleges are pretty good, so they filter like a lot of, you know, new entries, so you have to get a good score. And I was like so stressed about it that I actually got what's the name? Gastritis. I got nervous gastritis, which is basically gastritis caused by the psychological. So I had to go to therapy, you know, to fix that. And back then, I was a type of kid that was like worried about anything that happens, and basically that was like the end of my life. Like everything bad. It doesn't matter how bad something was, as little as it was, I got really stressed about it. About anything, you know, and that
It's just like me for real.
Yeah, exactly, right? But then I like his therapist was basically like an older woman. She was like almost like as old as my grandma, and she was really chill. I really liked talking to her, and she was like, "Porn. Sometimes in life, you need to learn to say, fuck it." And that really stuck with me, because it was like this old like lady like you never imagine your grandma saying, you know, you should say fuck it to things, right? So
Yeah, no, I don't think grandma will ever tell you, you know what, grandson? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Who cares?
And honestly, that kind of stuck with me, because I realized, yeah, I don't need to worry about like every single thing that happens to me. I can, be chill about things. And that completely changed my perspective about like everything in life. And I live by that like up to this day. Like you don't have to worry about everything all the time. Even things that you should worry about, you can worry about it. But like you also need to have time to yourself to not worry about it, to unwind, to relax, And it really helps me like nowadays. Nowadays I'm so optimistic and so chill because of that mentality. And because I'm chill about things, I can think clearer and, look for solutions and solve my problems better. So that's actually a pretty good advice that was given to me, honestly.
I love that your optimism came from an old lady just saying fuck it all.
Just say fuck it. Yeah, honestly, yeah. True, chat. True.
Those are words to live by. Maybe if I got that when I was younger, I would, be this way.
And I think that also encapsulates part of the advice I would give. Actually, good advice. And the actual good advice, and I know that because for those who don't know, I am basically in the academia. I am doing my master's degree, soon to start my doctorate degree.
Professor!
Yeah. And I can tell you guys, like, we get frustrated in like, especially in academia, because for you to get stuff is very competitive. There's like places you need to be placed, to get for example, a doctorate degree has like 5 slots, and there's like 50 people gunning for it, And one thing that I learned is that you don't have to be the best, right? Like, if you study enough to get to the 5th place, which is technically the last place, you are not better or worse than the person who got the 1st place, right? Same thing in college. In college, after the SATs, there's like a lot of people, are called, but like some people they don't enroll, so and some people just give up on joining even though they passed. So like a lot of people that haven't passed in the 1st call get called what we call calls. So like the 2nd call, the 3rd call. When I did my college tests, I was called on the 4th call, and on that year it went all the way up to the 7th call.
Damn.
And yeah, like a lot of people got in who thought they would never get in because of their score in the tests, right? And then I realized me being called on the 4th call knew and was a better student than people who like on the top 10. So what I'm trying to say is you don't have to have a great score. Like, a score doesn't define who you are, good or bad. Doesn't matter if you got in by the skin of your teeth or if you got in at the 1st place. When it comes to like abilities, being them mental or physical, it really doesn't matter. Everybody's the same, as long as you work for it. So my advice would be, don't get too pressed on being number 1. Just do what you can to be your best, basically. I guess that's basically my advice. You don't have to get
just do your best because you are the best.
Exactly. Just do your best. Yeah. Corn is the education. Exactly, Dirt. Exactly.
For real. Indeed.
Exactly. I don't know if my point went across, but basically it's that. Like, don't worry.
No, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. And it's something that helps you, like, and then it comes back to what my therapist told me. you need to have time to relax. So like if you're frustrated, I need to be number one all the time and everything. Even though you already passed, you're already there, you already got what you wanted, you're just not number one. It can actually like make you stressed to the point where you can't relax and you can't unwind. And that's really, really bad because it can contribute for burnout. Something that a lot of people are having nowadays because they just can't, turn off their head and relax for a bit, in my opinion.
That's good. That's actually really good advice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying. Something I learned.
Hence the topic. Hence the
Yes,
topic. Actually, good
exactly.
advice.
Exactly. I hope it helps. I hope it helps, Chad. What about
That was
you?
very good.
Thank you.
Trying to think. I can't think of the last time I had really good advice. I can't think very well at all. I will admit to everybody who's just arriving or to everybody who doesn't know, I did wake up from a 2-hour nap. So
Based.
my mind is in jambles at the moment. So I'm a little bit all over the shop. I'm not gonna lie. But
Oh my god.
oh my god, I'm just a girl. I'm just a silly little girl.
You're fine. You're fine.
If there's anything I have learned in these 23 winters I have survived, everything has consequences no matter what you do, small or big. Learn from the past, but do not be stuck in it. Keep moving. Actually, that's a really good
That's
advice.
pretty good, KJ. That's pretty good.
You know what? I just realized, and I just said it too. We're going to be giving actually good advice. We're going to keep saying at the end of it, that's actually some good advice. Bro,
Probably.
no way.
I'm
Ain't
sorry,
no
chat.
way.
It is what it is. I'm sorry, chat.
It is what it is. That's what the topic is, and yeah, we're gonna go with it. We're going with the flow.
If it works, it works. That's my motto.
If it works, yeah. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's actually some good advice. Stop.
See, Dirt gets it. Dirt gets it.
Uh, but no, actually, oh my goodness. It's about to say the thing again. I'm going to try and prevent myself from saying it. But I do want to, what's the word? Elaborate on top of what you said, KJ. Is that you can learn from the past, but you shouldn't let it, I guess, define you. Learn from it and, be able to move forward with what you've learned. Learning the lessons that you have should not keep you in one spot. If anything, you should be changing along with the things you're learning anyways. Like, for example, what you want to move forward in the world. You want to, you want to be out here making moves, all that jazz. You can't do that unless you learn things, and that includes learning good and bad, making mistakes along the way, having to figure yourself out, all that jazz, which I think is something that gets underrated a lot because we as humans strive for perfection. We want to be these perfect beings, but we're just not.
Yeah.
And that's just the truth that comes along with learning from the past and moving forward within the future. You're not perfect. You don't learn these things right off the bat. You are going to make mistakes, and that's perfectly okay. You just need to learn from said mistakes and keep going. That's pretty much it.
That is true. I'm already making moves on corn. Yes, honey. But like,
please keep your marital issues away from the podcast. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I apologize. That was a slip up. But
you gotta lock in.
Yeah, you gotta lock in. But I see what you mean. Like, it's okay to commit mistakes, like along the way, because people learn a lot with mistakes, and that's what mistakes are for you to get down, get up and move on. So yeah, I think I know what you mean. Like, don't let a mistake define you, and don't hold on to that mistake. Allow yourself to walk from it, you know, hopefully a better person. But you don't let one mistake like hold you down.
Oh, also side note from that, please learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, please. Yeah. That's the key part. Learn from your mistakes, then move on from it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Actually, step one is to recognize that you may have perhaps made a mistake, because this can go in any regard. Like, even if it's like a small mistake, like you make that, I don't know, at your job, a mistake that you make socially with relationships and all that jazz. Recognize that you've made that mistake and then try to move forward from that. That can be in any form, so long as at the end of the day there has been change made. I will admit that change is not always good and it's not always bad, but as long as there has been a change, because, well, you gotta move forward.
Exactly.
Even if it's not for the better or for the worse, you gotta move forward. So.
Oh, that reminds me of something, but I don't wanna go on a tangent already. So I'll come back to this later.
You wanna hold out for another 20 minutes.
Yeah, I don't wanna go down a tangent right now, but I'll come back to this. But yeah. What you said makes a lot of sense, Macaron. Hey, that's
I'm
some
flirting
actually
with Con
good
and
advice.
bending over to me. Oh no,
Whoa,
don't say that. I'm actually going to.
What the hell? Behave, KJ, behave. Double O.
Bending over to me. I have not made you do a single thing, KJ. That's on you. That's on you.
It's kind of based though, if you ask me. Kind of based.
Kind of based.
Honestly?
What part? The flirting or the bending over?
I'm not gonna elaborate.
Crazy. That's crazy. Oh,
Well,
yeah,
that's
I think
some
the only really good advice. Stop!
I'm sorry. I'll stop.
The only actually good advice. You know what? Fine, we'll just run with it. Who cares?
Yay!
The only actually good advice that I think I've ever had has been about change, because I don't take change very well. Oh yes, thank you for the hydrates. Take responsibility. I'm not taking responsibility for something I didn't start. What the heck? I didn't do this.
I feel there's like there's some history here, KJ.
Look. If there's history, I'm not the only one to blame. True.
That makes sense.
And I'll just leave it at that. So.
No, I see what you mean. That makes sense. Total sense.
That's a really good advice.
Jesus Christ. We're trapped. We're trapped in there, chat. Oh, ad coming, by the way. You know, chat, if you want to avoid ads, we are in September. Subs are discounted, by the way.
Yeah, September, guys.
September.
They really did play on that, didn't they?
They did. They really did.
They're like, guys, September.
Yeah. Oh. Whoever said that, like, in the boardroom was like, holy shit, give that guy a raise. That's so smart. I'm gonna note that.
Walked out of there with a big hefty check that day, for sure.
I actually have another. I'm gonna note down the tangents I have, so when we know you're ready for something, I'll just start one of them. Let me just.
You know what? Good. That's a good idea.
Let me just note it down.
I might have to check this sub thing out. Perhaps.
Mayhaps.
Perchance.
Yeah.
Learn from your mistakes. Take responsibility for your actions. Just take the L. Okay, that's not what we said, but I guess in a way that kind of makes sense, KJ. I don't know. I will be completely honest. I say, like, take dubs and L's ironically, like I know a lot of people say that in a more serious sense, and that's perfectly fine. But for me personally, I say that in a ironic way because I don't really think that we should be defining them as just an alphabetical letter.
Yeah, that's a good point.
A win is a win, a loss is a loss. Okay.
It's okay, KJ. You don't have to sub. I don't mean it. You guys don't have to sub.
Yeah. You don't have to sub, but like honestly, you guys being here is
it's
enough
already.
For us, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's enough. It's enough for us. It's about to be 11:11 in a couple of minutes. If I burst out yelling, you'll know why.
Yep. She does that every stream, chat.
Yeah. Look, I have a record to maintain. Last year it was 40 times. This year we need to at least beat it, and I've got until October to do it. So.
That's fair.
I want Ultra plus macro on sub. I mean, I'm trying to work on benefits for it. Actually, that's some good advice. That's some good advice I can give because yeah, no, we're gonna run with this. Some really good advice that I would give, because I don't think a lot of people talk about it enough. Some good advice I would give for people who stream or content creators who want to, get closer to their audience. Mm-hmm. I kind of wish someone told me this. You don't have to build a community in like the back rooms for yourself.
What?
And what I mean by that, right? So for me personally, I consider Discord to be a quote unquote kind of background kind of community building. So in the case of if I'm away from stream, it's a place where people can, interact with me. My advice to people who feel pressured to do something like that, keywords here, you don't have to. You don't have to do that.
Yeah, I see.
There are a lot of people who feel satisfied with just interacting with you on the one platform. It is there to build interaction, to allow your community to, interact with themselves. That is perfectly okay. Don't feel pressured to do it just because everyone else is doing it or just because people demand it of you. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to. It's just a little thing that the rest of us do because either we feel like it or because we want to allow all of you to interact with one another, to make friends within the community.
That's a good
all that jazz. Common interest and all that. If you don't want to participate, you don't have to. That is completely okay. No one is forcing you to do that.
True chat. Actually, no, that's actually true. That's
Hey, that's actually some good advice.
Oh, there you go. That's good.
Thank you, Micro, for the 1 bit.
Hey, thank you for the beaties.
You know what this is going to start sounding like? It's going to start sounding like the, hey, that's pretty good.
Hey, that's pretty good. Love that meme.
But yeah, that's my advice for streamers. Small, big, anyone at all. It doesn't matter what size it is either. If you don't want a community on the backhand, or don't want to feel obligated to, commit to something like that, because it is a lot. I don't think a lot of people talk about that enough. It is a lot to take care of what you do on stream and when you're making content, as well as being there for your own server. Interaction can be overwhelming for one person.
There you go.
You muted yourself.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Welcome back. But like I said, if you don't feel ready or comfortable to do that, you don't have to enforce yourself onto it. And that's another thing as well. I do want to link into that is that some really good advice that I wish that a lot of people had told me when I was younger as well. Don't feel the need to fall into peer pressure. People's opinions of you and what you should be doing and all that jazz, they don't validate. In a lot of cases, they do not control you. You are the only person who can control yourself. Do not fall into peer pressure just because someone said, well, that's because that's what I think. So?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And
cool, thanks, whatever.
Cool, thanks. And Luke Luke actually, we did mention that, Luke. I think the whole point of like coming back from a mistake is one, learning it, like learning that you committed a mistake, understanding that you committed a mistake, and atoning for it. So yeah, that's what basically we're talking about. But I also have also an advice for people who who want to do content creating. And that was an advice that was given to me by Cho, my friend and quote unquote manager. And it's something that I realized is actually true. Is that if you want to build a community, you need to show your personality, right? Because you see a lot of, for example, VTubers, a lot of new ones. You look at their Twitter page, for example, now that if you can look at Twitter, of course. And it's basically the only thing they post is stream announcements, schedules. It's all professional. It's all so professional.
Yeah.
So I'm really grateful that like the first things I started posting on Twitter were either like shit posts or me like drooling over a female xenomorph. Yeah, because that shows personality, and the the community and the people might run into you like, oh, this guy is funny. Oh, I like this guy's shit post or something. So it shows
it's about
personality.
resonating.
Yeah, it's about that's my boy. It's about resonating. So if you want to do content creation, don't save basically all your guns to the stream itself. Make sure you're showing your personality on all other social media, because that's a lot of people who come across you won't be coming across on your stream, at least to begin with. If you're starting, they will come across you in like social media. So that's my advice for content creating.
That's actually some good advice.
Yay! Some good advice.
Yay! But I will also elaborate on this one as well. With the whole, show off your personality. Show off your flair. Who's stopping you?
Exactly. It helped.
To top that off as well, is, I guess, more advice for that is, once again, coming full circle back to the peer pressuring thing, don't feel like you should hide it either, because I know a lot of people feel, I guess, there's like shame or embarrassment for the things that they like. And that's okay to feel that way. But if you want to share your personality, if you want people to get to know you on a better scale and be able to, like we said, resonate with you, because there are a lot of people who will, don't be afraid to show that off. Show off your feathers, all that jazz, because it's a good thing. It's a good thing to share those kinds of things, because somehow, somewhere, eventually, somebody is going to be like, hey, I do that, or hey, I really like that. That's really cool. I'm going to jump on board with them and their content. So yeah, definitely show it off.
Yeah, and
work it, flex it.
And also, you guys know this story, but like, show your personality is how me and Macaron end up being friends as well,
Literally, it is.
So like, it is important for our content creator, and I understand that, like, especially VTubers, a lot of them come from a little more of an introverted background.
Yeah,
and it is really scary, to come out of the shell. But I can guarantee you, it will be more beneficial than detrimental if you do that. You will make friends, you build a community. And of course, you might be unfortunate and run into someone that, might not be a good person. But I think the positives outweigh the negatives, personally. You
can benefit a whole lot. Just look at the both of us.
Yeah,
we're really good friends, and we're running this podcast. We do a lot together. I'm realizing. I mean, I've known this for ages. I think we've both known this for ages. But expressing it now is that we do so much together.
Yeah, we do.
And that's a huge benefit you can get from showing off your personality and, resonating with a lot of different people. Even just, you don't have to resonate with people. Like, even if you don't share the same interests with someone, someone will just think that you're really cool regardless.
Exactly.
And kind of what it was like for Cord and I. I don't know if people know this. Him and I barely spoke the first time when we actually met. I think there was like, what, 3 words exchanged?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. One of them was hello, how are you? So like
yeah, that was basically it. But somehow we both were like, you know what? You're pretty cool. I think
Pretty
you're really
cool.
chill. And from that point on, that was where our friendship basically blossomed from there. So yeah, there's a lot of things that can come from it.
As a Gemini, I already show my colors, you know where you have it. Yeah, whatever that means.
Whatever that means.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about horoscopes, so I'm ignorant of that part. So sorry. Biddies! Thank you for the biddies, there.
Thank you for the bits, Micro! Okay, I think it's time for me to head out. Thanks for all the actually good advice.
Thank
good.
you.
Bye-bye, Micro. Have a good time zone.
Yep. Baby, what?
Since you just said that,
I'm sorry,
we're putting
KK.
horoscopes on here.
Ah, man. I have some strong opinions on horoscope. Let me tell you what.
I know, but that's what'll be funny. It'll be funny that way. Crap! I don't want to spin. Oh, whatever.
No, don't spin the wheel. It's not the time.
Stop. Okay, there we go. It's okay. It's okay. We're fine.
We gonna discuss that later, baby. Okay, KJ.
Oh my goodness.
He's mad. He's mad at me now.
Mad at you.
He's mad.
Guys, it's literally the 3 times divorced couple. They think they belong together like they're soulmates, and then they break up, and then they still think the same thing 3 years later, and it just happens over and over and over again. Their kids are annoying too. Oh my goodness.
It's kind of funny, actually.
Mom and dad need to make up. And permanently. Make up or break up permanently.
I'm not mad. What make you think? Oh, sorry. I thought you were mad because I was making fun of horoscopes. Okay, fair enough. I'm happy. I'm happy. Yay! Mario.
Yay!
Do you have anything else on the topic?
What are we talking
about? Oh, good advice.
Oh, true.
I'm
trying to think.
I have a good advice. I think that will connect to the tangent that I was thinking about earlier.
Go for it.
This is specifically for Twitter. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So hear me out. Twitter, I don't know, probably everybody knows about this at this point, but Twitter right now is designed for rage baiting. Because
for sure.
Statistically, people interact a lot more with posts if it's a post they really hate, right? And there is this kind of a big post that's circling around about Frieren. Have you watched the anime Frieren?
No, remember, it's still on my list.
It's on the list. We gotta watch it together.
Yeah, we do.
The thing is, there was this one guy that made like a Frieren post, basically saying, "Oh, I don't know how anybody could like Frieren and blah 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 blah." And I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm gonna give you guys a crash course on how to tell when it's a rage bait, right? When it's a rage bait post. Number 1, if the account has a blue check mark. Number 2, if they handcrafted the most awful take about a subject, no matter what kind of angle you try to approach it from, it will be an awful take. It will be a bad take. If those 2 things are correct, are positive, that just means that the person's rent is due. Move on with your life. Do not interact. Okay? That's my crash course, because this guy made the most abhorrent tweet about Frieren, and I don't know a lot about anime. You know, you guys know I'm not well versed on anime. I started watching anime last year, and Frieren's one of the few animes that I watch, and you can tell that person did not watch a single second of that anime. but they have like a 60 plus lines tweets about it, and it's the most awful take I've ever seen. Not only is mischaracterizes the whole series and every single core character, it also comes from a dishonest point of view, and literally he thought that it was supposed to be an isekai for some reason. So you can tell that person did not watch a single episode. So yeah, even though it's not it's not even the genre. So like,
what the fuck, man?
Bro, blue check marks and awful takes just means the rent is due and they need money. That's it. That's it.
That's a whole new take. That's a whole bro tweeted like rent was due.
Yeah. And there are people out there who just rage bait, even though they don't win they don't have a check mark, they don't win money from it. They just do it from the hate, for the love for the game of making people feel awful and hating them. So you need to watch out for this. But I mean, a dwarf girl that has immense power teaches a human man. Yeah, exactly, Shogun, exactly. That was basically the kind like. The guy was talking about how Firen is unrealistic because, she doesn't care about her friends, spoilers, Macaron. Because no, she's an elf.
Oh, I know she's like, she doesn't have feeling because she lives forever, and like the concept of that just doesn't make any sense to her. Yeah.
And losing people who are, humans, who are mortal. And the thing is, the guy was like, she doesn't react normally. One, she's an elf. And two, the whole point of the series is she learning how to cope and how to learn to have those feelings. That's the whole point of the anime. Right? So you can tell this guy has
really missed the plot.
Idea what he's talking about. Oh, thank you for the Baho Barcade. Thank you for the
I think that's more advice I would add on top of that. We're going into like the thing that really irritates me. Now, of course, this was rage bait, but there are real people out there who genuinely make these really bad characteristic takes.
True.
And it's like, did we see the same thing? Or are you...
Yeah, you can tell they're either being completely disingenuous, or they're just they're just faking it. There's like no other option. There's no other option.
But so a thing that I would advise people, if there is a piece of media you want to discuss online, make sure you, one, have your facts straight, and two, have the capacity to comprehend literacy, because some people mischaracterize a situation or can't read the scenario very well, and that's okay. But to come out here confidently and say something so heinous that is absolutely wrong, and I'm not talking rage bait, I'm talking person genuinely could not read between the lines.
Yeah. There's also that. Yeah.
Here's some advice for you. Please don't talk.
Yeah.
Here's some advice for you.
Yeah.
Don't say anything.
Or at least have the decency of like, if you like, because some people might actually, just did not comprehend or did not understand. And you see that like, sometimes they even realize that, they're wrong. But they don't back down because of pride, and now they lock in on the most, dishonest take in human history. It happens a lot.
And then it gets worse.
Like, if you realize you're wrong, just say, you know what? I'm sorry, I was wrong. You don't even have to delete the tweet if you got the numbers and everything. Just admit that you're wrong and move on, And for some reason, my soundboard's not working. Uh-oh. Sorry, chat. Let me try it again.
But a really good example of this that I would like to discuss with everybody, and it's one that comes up a lot. Actually, I should ask this. Corin, you haven't played Persona, have you?
No, I never played the Persona series.
Okay. Persona 5 specifically, because I will admit, and this is a thing I will say, fandoms can have they're good apples and they're bad apples. That's
Absolutely.
just a thing we'll always have to put up with.
Mhm.
The thing that bothers me so much about Persona 5 in particular. Now, this might just be, people saying that, oh, you're just loopy about this. This doesn't make any sense. I'm about to throw out the biggest take ever. People who can't see the tension and chemistry between Joker slash Akira or whatever, and what is it? Ngor, who is like, I forgot his last name. I have totally disregarded his last name. I'll come up with it eventually. People who disregard their relationship and just say they are strictly enemies cannot read between the lines. They can't see what's happening, and it's really upsetting. Because, okay, so here's the thing. These are plots that I will mention. There is a point in the game where he mentions to Joker, he literally takes off his glove and throws it at him, which to him is a symbol of a gesture for dueling, to basically, create this sense of okay, I want you to fight me because I hate you. He literally says, I hate you. And then we go through these long tangents of them having all this tension. They work with each other, blah, blah, blah. And even he mentions himself that, in another lifetime, they probably could have been friends. They could have been close if he had a better upbringing. People can't seem to fathom this idea that the two of them potentially have really good friendship and chemistry. They can't seem to wrap their heads around this idea that two people who may initially be on opposing sides could get along. And it frustrates me that people can't see that.
I think I know what you mean. That's crazy.
It's just I get it. If you can't see that, that's fine. But then to straight up say that they could never be this, they could never be that, that doesn't make any sense though. The lines are right there. You just have to read them. You just have to figure it out.
Just figure it out. No, I understand. It's something that happens a lot for some reason. Oh, 1 second, there's a bot. Maybe in him.
Oh yeah.
But also that comes into shipping as well. And I know a lot of people, the famous pro shippers, and I know a lot of people are very particular about their ships. And I think there's also is it Persona that also people have a problem with, which is the student and the teacher, they can't have a romance.
I have a problem with that. I have a problem with people coming out here being like, no, but it's perfectly okay because I'm playing the game. And it's you do realize that it's a minor being perceived. You are not the minor that you are playing.
I understand.
This is a 16-year-old, and you're allowing him to go on dates with a full-fledged adult. What the heck is this?
Yeah, I can see how it is I can see how it's problematic. Of course, it's a situation, and it's fiction, and yada. But I can see being a problem, and I understand why people would not like that in the game. And I can also see, why people wouldn't mind. Oh, 11/11! Yay!
Yay! Hold on. I need to message Chanel. Where is he? Oh my gosh, you're here! Yay! It's 11/11!
Yay! Take your KJ.
Yippee! Yay!
Yay! Let's go,
I'm still gonna message it.
Of course.
There we go.
Go ahead.
There we go.
So I understand the situation because that's a very awkward situation. So I understand why people have a problem with that, and I can see why somebody might not have a problem with that.
Yeah.
But I think it's okay to not be okay with it. Also, and this might be a hot take, but is for example, have you heard about the coughing of Andy and Layla?
No, I don't think I have.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh man. Okay. I need to fill you in with this.
Go for it, go for it.
The Coffee of Andy and Lele. It's a visual novel.
Mhm.
It surrounds basically twin. No, I don't think they're twin. Like they're sister and brother. And basically the thing is there was this kind of epidemic in like the world, and their parents thought that well, that's what the characters believe. But the parents thought that they were infected, and they left them alone in in their apartment, and left. It's like, oh, in the future we're gonna come back for you guys, after the epidemic is gone. But basically their parents abandoned them, and that whole city block is quarantined, so they have no access to food, to water, etc., etc. And it's basically you meeting the brother and sister, who I think is underage, like 17 something, 16. I don't know. I don't remember. And they're starving. They need food. They don't have any food. It's been like months since it began. So the whole premise is that it's a very dire situation, and a very dark type of situation and genre. And there's a lot of like manipulation involved, because her sister, which is I think 1 year younger than the brother, is very manipulative, and to a point where it's a very, very toxic relationship. And the whole point of the visual novel, it's you controlling both sister and brother and navigating this very awful and toxic relationship that they have. That at one point in one ending of the game can even become incestuous, and that is framed as a bad thing. But it basically became the meme of, oh, it's the incest game. Thank you for the headsets.
Oh no.
And I'm gonna be honest, it is very well written. It is actually much like one thing that I like, and chat knows this, and this also, Macaron. I love when there's a story that is just awful to follow, because you can see the humanity of people, how people deal with like very, very awful situations. So people say, oh, this game should be banned, or don't play this game is shit. It's not a bad game. The writing is fantastic. The situation that they're put is very unique, and people need to separate things. One thing can be awful to witness and awful to navigate, and it's art. Not every art is pretty, and is meant to make you feel good. And a lot of people meme about people who have some kind of fetish about the situation, yada yada yada. And I can see that being a thing too. But the point is, the game itself doesn't deserve to be banned, and people who play the game doesn't deserve to be called weird just because they play the game. Because the same reason why somebody would watch, for example, Sweeney Todd, the musical, which is just awful things happening all the time, and cannibalism and murder, but it's a musical. It's art. It is meant to shock. It's meant to show a bad thing, and is meant to see. Basically, what I'm gonna sum up everything that I'm saying. Sometimes entertaining to see a dumpster fire, and you want to see how long it takes for the garbage to burn down into ash. That's basically my take from it.
That's kind of fair. That's actually kind of fair. Also, thank you, Luke, for the head pad.
Hey, head pads. Thank you, Luke. So yeah,
like, things can be heinous to see, and it's one thing to enjoy the media and what's the word, to indulge in tragedy. Like, for example, a Shakespearean story, being able to witness that kind of play and watch a tragedy unfold in front of you, that in itself is entertainment. In one way, that's perfectly okay with other media, so I understand what you're talking about in that. The only other reason that it would be so problematic is if you consume the media, partake in said media as a way of influence, and call it off to be an okay thing.
Yeah, exactly.
In the case of like, yeah, you can consume it, whatever. But if I catch you doing this thing in real life,
yeah,
I'm not giving you a pass.
Exactly. Of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruh.
And Lele, which is Ashley, they call her Lele as a nickname. She is very manipulative, and she's evil. Basically, I think that's basically the whole core of the point, is that she's evil and she's manipulative since they were kids. And then there is the abuse from their mother because they left them behind just so she could, because that's shoeless mouths to feed, so she can get extra money. So you can tell it's a very awful situation. And you guys know me. I like manipulative girls, so I can see the appeal, but like it is an awful situation. It's actually pretty bad. And there's different takes from it, and people just shit on the game because it has these bad dark themes. But it's part of the art. It's meant to be bad. It's not all the situation, the toxic relationship, the incest. It's not framed as a good thing. It's framed as, I think actually the incestuous end is the bad ending. The actual official bad ending. So like it's not meant to be good. The author is showing you that it's not a bad thing. It's a sad, tragic story, and people don't seem to separate that anymore. And I don't talk about this game in particular. I'm talking about in general in media and pop culture. People see bad things happening, and they assume, oh, this is bad, so it shouldn't be shown. Oh, this should be banned. And I don't think we should go that route. So, sometimes fiction depicts bad things to make us rationalize and think about things.
Yeah. No, I agree. I 100% agree.
Hey. That Corona agrees to my hot take. Yay.
I mean, okay, I think the closest piece of media that I have consumed that I can think is in close relevance to this would be Goodnight Pun Pun.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Oh my goodness. The day this thing gets an anime, I will actually be so shook.
Oh, it's like a manga?
It is. So, yeah, currently at present, it's a manga. I'm pretty sure it's done now. But, so the whole premise of Goodnight Pun Pun is that we go through a series of events for Pun Pun, who is our main character. We get to see him grow up and go through these different kinds of situations. Yes, the manga is done. Okay, cool. Thank you for telling me that, Luke. I was like, I don't remember if it's done or not. But basically, the whole point of the series is that there are a lot of unfortunate events that are happening to Pun Pun around him. Now, as a child, he's not recognizing that they're too bad initially, but then as he proceeds to grow up and learns all these things as an adult, they progressively get worse, so much so that I believe in the most recent chapter, I think it might be recent or it's just somewhere in the last novel, but there's a point, and I might be recalling this really badly because I can't remember too much about it. Once I read it, I put it down, but the last novel, from what I remember, there's a segment that includes Pun Pun, his girlfriend at the time, and I think it's his or her mother. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it's his mother. No, it's her mother. And basically the situation that happens is that they pretty much kill her mother. They brutally murder her, basically, is what happens. And then later on, his girlfriend ends up committing suicide.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. What proceeds from there is that he sees her body hanging there, takes it down, but kind of acts as if nothing is happening. Like acts as if things are still okay, like she's still alive, treating it as if her corpse is still okay. Yeah. It's really crazy.
That's
It's
so
a
sad.
very heavy manga to it. That's why I'm saying the day it gets animated, I will actually scream. I will be
Jesus. Oh my
I will
god.
actually freak out. But
That's
yeah,
crazy.
so basically in summary, Goodnight Pun Pun is this, it's kind of a shock fest, honestly.
Uh-huh.
It's tame initially because we're watching it from Pun Pun's perspective as a child. He doesn't really know what's bad and what's good at that period of time of his life. And then as he gets older and as he becomes more of an adult, he's learning these things, but he's not becoming, I guess, emotionally aware about it. Hence why the way he treats his girlfriend's death, he's just not really reactive to it at all. And I think in that kind of case, like I mentioned, it's a similar scenario of where, yes, this is a piece of media of where it's heinous. Some of the things that happen in this thing, you know, we realistically would never allow to happen. But once again, it's media. It's a tragedy that you know, want to see unfold. As you said, it's a dumpster you set on fire and you want to see it burn.
Yeah.
See how fast it burns
Exactly.
Yeah. Same case for Goodnight Pun Pun is that these are situations that he's been placed into that are horrific. They are terrible that he had to put up with them in the first place. Obviously, in real life, we would never commit to something like that, but like, you know, it's still okay to consume that kind of media. The thing, though, I will put a little bit of a cap on this. The thing, though, of where I draw the line is when people are consuming media of, for example, I knew someone who consumed media of people getting executed in the Middle East and then people killing rabbits, filming that and then watching that for entertainment.
For entertainment.
That is where I draw the line. I draw the line for that.
No, real life stuff. No, real life stuff is off limit. Like we can't use this logic for real life. Fiction is a thing because it's all about, you know, the feelings of like experiencing this as if it was real. But real life is, you know, it's just crimes. At that point, it's just crimes. Like you can't enjoy watching it. I mean, I would dare say it's not normal for someone to watch that for entertainment. Like, you need help.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. And the fact that they were calm about it too. They were like, "Oh, this is what I watch on a regular basis," and it's like, oh, "Homie, I've got a lot of things to say." Regular basis, like how you and I watch like YouTube videos, like for crack purposes, basically, because it's funny to us. To them, they think it's hilarious that and entertaining watching people kill animals on
that's
and also like executions. Behavior. Yeah, it is. What the fuck is that?
No, bro. Just run. I would like, okay, I want to turn around and leave the premises.
No, I don't associate with those people, but I was like, the fact that these people exist, heinous. What the fuck?
Crazy.
Oh my goodness. You're actually insane.
That is insane. If I ever met Korn in real life, I would straight up hug him like a bro, even kiss him. But if I met Macaron, I would gently bow, raise my hand to her, and say, "My lady." And after that, we're going to rob a bank.
You know, I'll take that.
I'll
take that.
I accept all of those words, KJ. I accept all of them.
Gotta kiss the homies goodnight.
Jesus Christ. But also, I have another story about a similar, well, not yours, all the stuff you just said, but like what we were talking about fiction, other dumpster fires. Have you heard of Happy Sugar Life?
This sounds familiar.
Okay, it's an anime.
Asked me about this once, haven't you?
Yeah, I think I did. I don't know if I've already said this like on the podcast, but I definitely said it on stream before. But Happy Sugar Life, when I started watching anime, and Cho, my beloved friend, was like, "Oh," as a joke, he said, "Oh, we should watch like Happy Sugar Life. You're gonna love it." Like, oh, cool. And I, of course, the innocent small being that I am, I went up, look for it. I was like, oh, there's only like one season, 12 episodes. I can watch this. There's a reason why it's one season, 12 episodes. Happy Sugar Life is the story of a deranged girl that finds a child in the street because the child basically like got separated from their family, ran away from their family, and begins like it basically in her deranged mind that child's like an angel that came to save her, and basically she takes in the child under secrecy because she knows she's doing something bad, and basically have this. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Now the people played like a sound alert like ages ago, and now just now played, and it's Bao barking. That scared me. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
But basically, jump scared by Bao. Yeah. So basically, she takes this child in to take care of them, but basically like develops like a romantic relationship with a child. And also, she's a murderer. She kills people relentlessly because she's a psychopath. So every time I watch, and people and my friends are like, "Wait, you kept watching it? I did it as a prank. Why did you watch the whole thing?" Because I wanted every single character, except of one or two or three that were actually good characters. I wanted to watch because I wanted to watch every single character die. I wanted them to pay for what they've done because it's horrible. It's horrible. Do not watch it. I do not recommend. I mean, do not watch Happy Sugar Life. I do not.
I mean, I'm reading it up. It's a psychological horror, a psychological thriller, and a Yuri. So
I would not. Okay, I would not classify as because it's not a horror. You don't feel scared. You feel angry. Like I want to fucking punch this girl in the face because she's awful. Yeah. She's a monster. Because every single character that you meet, her boss basically locked her colleague in a closet just to essay him like a fucking slave. Her teacher is going to call the police on her. No, he's a pedo, so he helps her. Every single character, it keeps getting worse and worse. It's like holy shit. Yeah, it's like holy shit. And they most of them die in the end, so I'm happy about that. But that's basically, it was like I just want to watch that because I want to see them having a gruesome end, and that's why I kept watching. But it's not entered. I wouldn't even say that's like Sweeney Todd or The Coffin Andy and Lele, because that wasn't even entertaining. I just wanted to see them suffer. Like, please, please just end this. So that's another example. Yeah.
That's so fucked.
It is. It's not a fun watch. I'll tell you what, it's not a fun watch.
I was looking at the first manga cover. It literally looks very similar. I'm thinking maybe it's the same writer to what is it called? Future Diary or what is it called? Mirai something. I can't remember what it is. I was looking at it and I was like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Maybe it is the same author.
Might
I find out.
It's insane. Yeah, chat. I don't recommend it. I did not recommend
When I catch you. When I catch you.
Exactly.
Okay, no, they are not written by the same author, but I was like, it's kind of strange that a girl who has murderous tendencies and is a high schooler and conveniently has pink hair, looks really similar to another girl I know.
yeah. Is the pink girl yandere trope? Pink-haired girl.
Okay, we might be going on a tangent because I think we've already dished out all the advice that all the advice you guys need to survive.
Disclaimer. I was not giving good advice. Disclaimer.
Disclaimer! No good advice here.
Watching Happy Sugar Life is not a good advice. I'll guarantee you that.
The good advice is that we would advise not to watch it.
Not to watch it, yeah.
I don't know, you too want to watch people die because they deserve it, but...
Yeah. It is kind of
But-
cathartic at the end, but it's not worth it. Believe the ride is not worth it.
Yeah. On the topic of pink-haired yandere characters, okay, this might be a really hot take, and people are going to probably slander me for this. Who cares? This is my take and my opinion. I don't give a flying fuck about the type of people who are like, oh my gosh, I would love a yandere girl to kill me with pink hair specifically.
Specifically with the pink hair.
Specifically with the pink hair, because it's such a trope for some reason. My question is why? I'm so sick and tired of the yandere trope. I'm actually sick and tired of it.
I mean, it's kind of hot.
You would like someone to kill you, Con?
Not late. Okay. I wouldn't go that far. I know some people would go that far, but I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
Oh man, I guess I'm exposing myself a little bit.
Are we gonna dig yourself out of this one?
do not clip it. But I understand the appeal of having someone who loves you, or they have the illusion that they love you to a point that they don't want you to be with anyone else, or to the point of, you not suffering, to the point I will kill you so you will not suffer. Yeah, I can see the appeal. Like, kind of hot, honestly, kind of hot to have someone that's crazy about you, literally crazy about you. I can see the appeal.
Okay, I understand that, because obviously my type of man, as we've already mentioned several occasions before, is Michael Myers, and it's like, well, it's a murderous dude.
Literally a murder, yeah.
Okay, I understand it from that perspective. My issue with this type of girl is not just in the case of like people wanting someone to full-on murder them and whatnot in this obsessive kind of state. My big problem is that the way that a yandere is constantly portrayed in a lot of media outlets is just... Why does it always have to be a girl with a knife, pink hair? She sounds like yada yada all the time, and she's not even that appealing. She's just like the most annoying character to ever come across. It's the same way that it's portrayed even in, and this is a really bad piece of media to mention, but I'm gonna mention it anyway, in Yandere Simulator. It's the same goddamn thing. I am so sick of it. Portray her in a different way, please.
Okay. I understand you, Macaron. I understand where you're coming from. You are talking about like most of my waifus, so I know it kind of hurts me a little bit. But I'm
stabbing you where it hurts.
Yeah. Like, if I think about it, Ubo from Freewind, a lot. I don't want to give too much because of Trick or Treat. I don't want to, spill the beans.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a lot of the trope that I like, because, like I said, I think it's just, kind of attractive to have someone who's murderous, who would murder for you.
I know, yeah. I mean, in the case of if she murders for you, sure, whatever. I think that in some cases there is this... Once again, it's a bit of a dumpster fire, but it is also a tragedy to want to watch. In the case of wanting someone who would die and kill for you is in a way romantic and also tragic simultaneously. That I can wrap my head around. What I can't wrap my head around is it's always the same type of girl. Like, she doesn't have a switched personality in any universe that she's listed in. She's always the same. And it's like, I want one day for there to be a yandere character. Yeah, she can keep the pink hair. I don't care about that. I just want her to have like a similar personality to, for example, like Yagami, who you don't know he's a killer, which might be a spoiler.
That's good. That's pretty good. I see what you mean. Okay, yeah, that's cool.
I want a case of where if you're going to do a yandere trope, make it so silent that you have no idea that that is what she is. I want that mystery. I want it to
That's
be found out
interesting.
later on that like the most heinous things that have been committed have all been done by this one girl who you thought would be the last person to do it.
Kind of a
Like,
mystery
that's
type
crazy.
of. That's pretty good. I mean, is that nobody never did something like that? Cause that's a
I've
really
never
good
seen
idea.
it. And
That's
if
a
there and
pretty
if it
good
is
idea.
out there, it needs to be popularized because I
Yeah.
want that.
Like a mystery type of investigation. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Corn, you're
Like I just
silently.
woke up. Welcome, Jojo.
Hey, welcome. Corn, are you silently asking me to stab you? No, KJ. But if it's just a little bit, kind of hot. Kind of hot, just saying. I'm sorry, but I'm Teen Mike around here. That's fair. That's fair.
Like I said, we all know about my Michael Myers type, and you know I will disregard the whole killing people kind of thing for a man in a mask. No problems asked. But I just want something new.
No,
Like,
I understand.
I
It is
just want
something.
different.
Yeah, no, it is something that has been like overdone. Yeah, I understand. I understand that.
Yeah, yeah.
Saturated, the saturated.
It
trope.
is saturated. It's a case of where it's the same yandere type of girl in every single universe. When does she get a chance to have some real personality other than maniacally laughing with a knife in her hand and chasing after a boy who's also terrified of her? Come on!
Yeah, also terrifying.
Give me some spice!
And also, one thing that is interesting, and I've seen that on ReZero, it's when someone is like devoted to someone, like they love someone to the point of that kind of devotion, but they're not murderers. They are basically self-sacrificing for them, and that's the case of
That's
Ram.
so tragic.
Yeah, that's the case of. Have you watched ReZero?
No, I haven't. It wasn't really
Oh
my
my
type
God.
of anime when everybody else was talking about it.
That is fair. I've watched it. That's the case of Ram from ReZero, the one of the maids. And oh man, I can't talk about it because it actually pisses me off. That the main character did not choose her because like the point of ReZero, the main character who is dumb as a brick, he basically he comes back to life in a certain point in time every time he dies. So basically he gets to reset and redo what caused him to die for him to not die. And at this point in the story, we don't know exactly, at least in the anime, we don't know exactly when the new quote-unquote quick save starts. So he doesn't know if he dies, something that he wants to prevent cannot be redone, right? So that's basically the trope of the series. And he meets this girl who's like an elf caster, and yada yada. He falls in love for her, and then he comes across other characters, and one of them is Ram that he ends up saving because of his ability, and she basically falls in love with him. And from that point that he saved her and her sister, from that point onwards, she died for him multiple times in very gruesome ways. There is one point where every single bone on her body was broken, and he was like, the main character was like chained to a wall, and she crawled on the ground and tried her best to free him because she loved him that much. And at one point, in one of the resets, she gives him the most heartfelt confession of love that I've ever seen in media. Ever. Being anime, being movies, being TV series, ever. And this motherfucker turns to her and say, "But I love Amelia." And I was like, you cannot be serious. In every iteration so far, she died for you multiple times. One time she got swallowed by like a demon whale, and she got erased from reality. Nobody remembered her besides him because of his ability. And and you still chose the elf that dumped you? I was like, there is no way. This guy's stupid. I was really mad.
Desperate!
If you guys, if there's anybody in chat that's Team Amelia for Subaru, leave my chat this moment. This moment, there's no way. I was actually mad. I was watching with Cho, and I got actually pissed when I watched it, when he said, "But I love Amelia." I was like, "There's no fucking way you said it. This dude is actually
This
dumb."
dude is stupid.
Yeah. So sorry, I had to put that out there. But
No,
the
no,
point
no, no, no.
is,
That's all good.
the self-sacrifice, the Ram comes, she throws herself into danger and literally lets herself be killed to save Subaru. And I think that's a way more interesting trope than, "Oh, I love you so much, I kill everyone for you." I think that's
Oh
way
no,
more
I
interesting.
actually agree with you 100%. That is so interesting. You know what? This leads into another tangent for more fiction that I'm gonna
Absolutely.
yap about. I've yapped about this story so much, but I feel like the whole entire universe needs to hear this story. So a sense of devotion, right, that we're talking about. Another sense of devotion that I really adore is featured within Heaven Official's Blessing. This amount of devotion, to be devoted to the same person for 800 years, to be the only worshipper, the only loyal follower to
Jesus.
a god for 800 years is so insane. That's real dedication.
That is
That's
crazy.
actual real dedication. So, I don't know. Have I spoken to Heaven Official Blessing to you? I don't think I have.
No, you haven't.
Okay, so the general plot for Heaven's Official Blessing is about... I'm forgetting so much. Shillian, who is one of our main protagonists. He is a martial god who had ascended when he was 16 years old.
Okay.
The story in the anime as well, it's a Chinese anime, I guess. I can't remember what they call it in China, but basically it's an animation that's Chinese, and the books are really good too. So Shillian used to be, I say used to be because we're about to get into the deep stuff, used to be a martial god who had ascended when he was 16 years old. And then we have Hua Cheng, who has been in love with Shillian since the very first time he saw him at his ascension parade. At that point in time, Hua Cheng was only like, I can't remember how old he was. He was like a kid, and he was super duper suicidal. He planned that day to fall off a balcony and die. He sees Shillian during the parade, and he's like, that is the most beautiful man I have ever seen in my entire life.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he accidentally falls off the balcony, right? Shillian realizes this and, dives in and saves him. And from that point onwards, Hua Cheng has been heavily devoted to Shillian. They have lived so many lives to a point of where, I think it's the last page of the last book that was released, where it's like, it took them 800 years to finally be together, and yet in this one moment they find each other and, all that jazz. I can't remember what the line is, but it's a really emotional line. And I'm like, that is so crazy. So main plot points to remember in this series is that while Shillian is a god of martial arts, he's basically been demoted in a way because of the many things that he's done in the past. So he's ascended 3 times, and Hua Cheng has also ascended 3 times. Hua Cheng has decided from this point onwards to just be a ghost king, ruling over the ghost city and also simultaneously looking after Shillian. This is what I mean about devotion. So I mentioned before that Hua Cheng has been devoted to Shillian for 800 years. During that period of time, what Hua Cheng has done, he has built an entire golden palace for Shillian in his honor so that one day the both of them can live there together. He apparently had carpeted the floors in said palace because he was told once that Shillian likes to run around in his bare feet, so he didn't want his feet to get cold.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
The dedication.
Second of all, the dedication. We're not even done here yet. The next part is that through the 800 years, remember how I mentioned that Hua Cheng has been super duper loyal to him within those 800 years?
Yeah.
So there's a period of time of where Shillian is basically not worshipped at all by anybody throughout those 800 years. You want to know who was worshipping him night and day, restlessly? Hua-Chang was.
That's so good.
Yeah. And
That's
I
actually
was like,
pretty
that
good.
is crazy. That's actually insane. He's so dedicated to Shillian that he's made statues of Shillian. He's so dedicated to him that there was a point in time in the story where Hua-Chang, at one point, he becomes a wisp. I can't remember why he became a wisp, but there's a point in the story where there's these people, right, who are ill. And Shillian is there, of course, and there's one of them, I can't remember who it is. Someone basically tells this entire crowd of sick people that if you want to live, stab this man, because you'll be healed if you stab him. Shillian gets stabbed over and over and over again by all of these people, and he's feeling the pain constantly, and it doesn't numb. He's just because he's immortal doesn't mean he can't feel that pain. And it's like agonizing for him to go through it. It's described that he's like screaming in absolute agony and pain. It's really bad. And Hua-Chang, who's a wisp at this point, is just sitting there and can't do anything about it. And he's like super duper upset about this. So much so to a point of where he lashes out at these people out of pure anger. Oh, like, that's crazy. That's actually insane.
That sounds really good. It's actually like, yeah, that's kind of dynamics. I think because they're not overdone like the Yandere is, that sounds like way more interesting.
It is so much more interesting. And the cool thing is, right, so the author, she's like famous in China for her pieces of work, because she has done several of other pieces as well that kind of have, I guess, similarities, but this one in particular, she wrote it because she liked the idea of a god having a loyal follower and being like just the idea of a worshipper and a god and that kind of dynamic, and worshipping so immensely to a point of where they would give their lives for them.
1 second, Macaron, that my doorbell's ringing. I'll be right back. Sorry for this.
All good.
I don't know why.
Your doorbell is ringing. I'm going to continue yapping about this to the rest of you because I think all of you would like to hear this. But so, where was I? There's a really good line, and I can't remember what it is, but it was discussed a while back between me, Cad, and Lofi and Grubby, because we mentioned it during our first Trick or Treat stream. Where is it? Okay. Here's a really good description that Cad had left. Thank goodness. So, after a big boss fight and Hua-Chang dies a second time, he says all banquets must come to an end, which is basically all things must come to an end. And after he says, but I will never leave you. Then after a few long years of Shillian being real depressed, Hua-Chang comes back, and the line at the end is, at one time they spent 800 years running towards each other, and this time it only took a moment. Bruh. That is great writing. That is extremely great writing. The amount of dedication that kind of seeps out of the story is so beautiful. And it's why I prefer this type of dedication. It's why I'm saying for yanderes, I don't think it's... what's the word? I don't think that yanderes are... personality-wise anyways, are being elaborated in the way that they could potentially be elaborated. You could go so far with the way that you describe them, the way that you give them personality, all that jazz. There is so much you could do with that, but people just don't. And that bothers me to the core. There is so much you could do with that, but instead we have the same pink-haired girl with a knife running around in a schoolgirl uniform, obsessed with one boy, and she's willing to cackle under her breath and murder anyone on sight who comes even close to her senpai. I'm kind of tired of it. I'm just a tad bit exhausted with it. It's kind of irritating to watch over and over again because, like I said, it's something that we've witnessed so many times over. It's an oversaturated trope, basically. And I want people to have another opportunity to, you know, change up the roles, change up the idea of what we already perceive a yandere to be able to shock people with this idea of a yandere, because it doesn't always have to be that way. Like I said before, you could have a yandere who, in a case, is very similar to Light Yagami from Death Note. Light is this really good-looking, handsome dude who is really smart. You know, people never suspected him to be a killer. Even when, what is it? When he was out here investigating him, L already knew that Light was Kira, but he needed evidence to prove that. So in which case, that's all he spends most of the time in the first couple of episodes within the series before, tragically, L dies. If we had a yandere like that, in the case of there's all these random murders being committed and all that, like, she'll obviously have a motivation, but all these strange murders are happening, but you wouldn't expect it to be this pretty popular girl who, you know, has a big crush on this one guy. Like, it's unexpected, and I think that would be a really good way to, you know, switch up the story, to perceive a yandere in a different light. Because I'm tired of what we're getting at the moment. You know how exhausting this is? Macaron, if you want to stab Corn, I will do it without hesitation for you, my most favorite Australian. I would never want to stab him. I would never want to hurt him. Hang on! Con, if you want me to stab Macaron, I will do it without hesitation for you, but hold on! Wait a damn second! What is this? Why are you playing double agent, KJ? What is this? Ain't no way. Ain't no way this is what you're doing. Nah, I don't believe that for a second. What the heck? You can see his chat. Yeah, I can see his chat. I've got it on my phone next to me. What the heck? Huh? How dare you, KJ? I thought we were friends. I thought we were on the same team. What is this? Nah. Nah. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way. But yes, definitely, I would highly recommend to everybody. If you want something, if you're not into BL, then don't read it. Like, if you don't want to read something like that, like, then by all means, like, it's okay. Like, I used to have a really bad perception of BL back in the day, but that was because my friends were reading what was it? What were they reading? They were reading Killing Stalking. And if you know what Killing Stalking is, it's so bad. It's absolutely heinous. That piece of media that we were talking about that you can't turn away from, but like you want to watch the dumpster fire, that's what Killing Stalking was. The worst part about it. Oh, hello, welcome back.
Hello. I was just listening to you, sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay.
Sorry for that.
So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, Killing Stalking. So, okay, let me give you a quick rundown of Killing Stalking. Killing Stalking, in summary, is an abusive relationship, is basically what it is. But in recent years, a lot of people have gone out of their way to romanticize this abusive relationship, to basically put it on a pedestal, consider it to be, you know, the best piece of romantic media that they've ever read, and then you read it yourself and it's like, this is not worth, you know,
not it.
This is not. Yeah, this should not be hyped up about. This is horrible. once again, going back to the concept of like, yeah, if you read that piece of media, fine, by all means. I will add on top of what we said earlier that you can read this type of media and feel disgusted by it, but like still understand that it's got a really good plot line. Fine, by all means. It's really bad, one, as we mentioned earlier, if you are partaking in this kind of thing in real life and then passing it off as like, oh, but like it's in fiction too, so it shouldn't matter. No, those two things should be separated. The other time of when it's really bad as well is when you, as the consumer of that media, stand by everything that happens in that piece of media. Like in real life, you would actually allow someone to get away with something like that. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
No way. Heck no. No way you're allowing someone to enter an abusive relationship knowing how bad it is for them and then to fantasize about such a thing and to want it for yourself as well? Nah. Nah.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean. That's crazy.
But yeah, killing stalking is literally like, it's just abuse. It's purely just abuse.
Man.
Yeah, the bad thing about it is, well, like I said, consume it all you want. The bad thing about it is that a majority of people who have read it have hyped it up and more or less in a way have supported this idea of abuse in a romantic relationship. One thing to note, it's not romantic if it's abusive. An abusive relationship is an abusive relationship. Please do not get those two things mixed up.
Absolutely, 100%.
Because that's screwed. That's so screwed up. There is no love in abuse. Nobody loves you when they abuse you. That's not. That doesn't make any sense. That's just hurt. For people who, and it's bad too because there have been essays that have been written about killing stalking as well, mentioning how it's disgusting that people are fantasizing and romanticizing something like this and allowing such a thing to just happen anyways. If it's that bad to a point of where people are having to make essay videos about this, honey.
Yeah, it's bad enough. It's bad enough.
But yeah, in that... Oh, yeah, you go.
No, go ahead. I was going to read chat. You go ahead.
Oh, are you going to read the... Corn, if you want me to stab Macaron?
Yeah. I was like, don't stab Macaron. She's so nice.
Thank goodness, because I was going to say, I said the exact same thing. I was like, I would never stab Corn. I would never ask someone to hurt him either. What the fuck?
Never.
No. And then I realized that I read it on my side, and then I read it on your side in your chat. And KJ's like, oh, wait, you can read his chat? Yes, I can read his chat.
Yeah. She has it
I
open.
can see it all. I'm aware. Bruh.
I can see Macaron's chat too.
Yeah, we can see each other's chats. Yippee!
Yippee.
But yeah. Point in case, I want a new take on the yandere trope. I think what we've had thus far is really boring. It's overdone and it's not life-changing. If you're going to release a piece of media that's like, oh guys, there's going to be a yandere character, I'm just going to assume that it's the same exact piece of media that we've had for the last 20 years. Come on.
Yeah, it's an overused trope at this point. I see what you mean.
Yeah. Like, I just want something new. And that's so much to ask for.
I was gonna think about another example of a good spin on the trope, but I realized doesn't really count. But kinda Albedo from Overlord. Have you watched Overlord?
You've seen Overlord. I actually haven't seen Overlord.
Oh my god. We need to start to watch anime together.
Remember last time we spoke about this? I did mention this as well, in case people had missed out on this. Is the fact that his tastes are very different to mine. That is true. Because I've been into anime longer than he has, he's like only on the surface of it all, whereas I've seen the whole shebang.
Yes, I'm an anime baby.
Yeah, you're an enemy baby.
But what I like about Albedo, because basically the premise, like all of them are evil, like it's basically like the guy is reincarnated from an MMO into the world of the MMO he plays as, and he plays like this big undead guy that's super powerful, and they created basically selfish evil NPCs because they're role playing and stuff.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, right before the isekai happens when he's transported into this world, it was like, oh, because the server was resetting, basically, like they do like a reset on an MMO.
Yeah.
To start over, and that's what caused the isekai to happen. So it's like, oh, before they reset, and start over, because all his friends that he was playing as, that he created his dungeon with them, they stopped playing a while ago. Like, oh, before the reset, hopefully my friends will come back. I'm just gonna get like my friend's favorite NPC, and I'm just gonna edit her code and say that she was madly in love with me. And when and when the isekai happens, guess what? She actually is madly in love with him. But
go figure, jeez.
one trope that I really like about her is because because he worded like that meddling love, he tries to tell her multiple times like, hey, you don't really love me. He doesn't say like they were NPCs, but like I messed with your mind by accident and you're in love with me because of that. And she's like, I don't mind that's the case. If that's true, I'm happy that you did it because I love you, and it's so good. I love Albedo. She, like, while he's away, because he's an undead, and undead has like a feature in this world that they can't feel like strong emotions. So like she really wants to do the deed with him, and he doesn't want it because of the spell. And she gets so frustrated that she starts making like body pillows of you.
Girl.
And plushies. It's so funny. I love Albedo so much. Such a good character. Hello, Gooey. Welcome.
Like, okay. I just looked her up. Okay, I have seen her. I've seen people talk about her, if anything. And I was like, I have no idea who this is. But, I mean, pretty tall lady. Get your bag.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get what you want, I guess. Tired like many days, but it is. Oh, I hope you're feeling better, Gumi. He was feeling sick earlier, so.
Get well soon, Gumi.
We have a figure of Albedo, but it was a gamble raffle figurine, not my type.
Not my type. Oh, I'm jealous. How can you say that? How can you say that? Just to me.
I want to sing. I mean, I want you to sing too.
I don't
but you
care
can't.
about
You're
care.
sick.
Yeah. Karaoke, yay!
Yeah, I want you to rest. As your mod and your friend, I want you to rest.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm using my mod powers for once.
She's gonna block your Twitch account. You're gonna change the password and you can.
Yeah, I'm going to change the password. I'm going to remove anything that he does, so he's not allowed to. He's not allowed to stream. He's banned until he's better.
Don't worry, Gum. I'm sure you'll be able to do it soon enough.
Can never sing again. I'll just do it to get it over with. What's she gonna do? Also nice. I don't know. I'll avalanche him. I'll bonk him. I don't know. There's a lot of things I could do, but I'm just not thinking about them.
Yeah. You could turn his chats to like sub only mode, and then you ban every sub, so nobody's talking his chat ever again.
You've actually just given me a really good idea.
Uh-oh. I'm sorry, Goom. I'm sorry.
Let me just... no, I'm kidding. I won't.
Yes, KJ, the lizard folk scene. I don't know why they put that in there. That was just unnecessary, but yeah.
That would be evil. It would be evil. I'm not evil enough to do it.
That would be evil, yeah. That is crazy.
I'm not evil enough to do it. Oh my goodness. So... What were we speaking of earlier? Heaven's official blessing. Now we've moved on to the topic of isekais. You
Yeah.
know what's really funny is that the author of Heaven Official's Blessing, she wrote basically what's an isekai. It's not one of her best works. I think a lot of people. I mean, it is a pretty good piece of work, but some people don't really like it. I can't remember what it's called. It's called like Scum Villain or whatever. But
Scum Villain? That's
okay, I need to talk about this because the way he gets isekai is hilarious.
Okay.
So he's reading this book and like he finishes it, puts it down and is like, that's the shittiest thing I've ever read. It's like this is the most dumbest piece of media I've ever read. Like he's like crap talking it. And then he gets isekai'd into the book.
Oh my god. That's crazy, actually. That's actually crazy.
Bro, it's like, this is the most dumbest thing I've ever read. I don't want to read this ever again. Gets isekai'd into the world anyways. So, from what I remember, I haven't read this one myself, but Cad had told me about this one. Basically, in summary, is that the dude who's the main character gets isekai'd into this book, and he's like this, mentor to this one kid who is supposed to potentially become the villain of the story. There's like preventions, I guess. I'm like blurring this out a lot because I can't remember what Cab was telling me. But in summary, the dude who's supposed to become the villain falls in love with him, and he's doing everything he can to prevent him from becoming the villain, but also simultaneously, he wasn't expecting him to fall in love with him. So
I see. Okay, that's interesting, at least.
Yeah. It's pretty good. In case of plot, there is a really bad like 3D animated show of this. The CGI is heinous. It's so bad.
Of course. Of course, as expected.
The story itself is really interesting because it's a case of, it's an isekai, but it takes a bit of a kind of sort of somewhat turn on the general isekais that obviously I would end up reading, the shoujo ones, of where it's like she's a villain in this game, but she's decided that to prevent her death, she's just gonna not be a villain, and then the main man falls in love with her because of said switch up. So
I see. That's interesting.
It's really good. Some of the books that she's written. Because, like I said, for Heaven Official's Blessing, this idea of dedication that we were talking about is insane. To worship someone for 800 years, to love them so much to a point of... That's the other thing I forgot to mention to you. So, Ghost Kings, right? They can't die unless a particular thing happens. So the only way that they can die is if their ashes are destroyed.
Okay.
The way for Hwa-Chang and Shulian, the reason why Hwa-Chang isn't concerned about himself and him dying is because Shulian is in possession of a ring that contains Hwa-Chang's ashes. So he literally says to him, like, I don't have to worry about it. Because if I die, then I'll be fine. Because you've also passed. Because you are in possession of me, myself, and I. I don't have to worry about it. I'm like,
that is really good. That's actually pretty good.
Oh, the obsession, the dedication.
Yeah, it's refreshing to see, it's that kind of obsession without being the truth. So yeah, I see what you mean. Absolutely.
Like, it's not too concerning. It's this form of obsession, because I think the idea that a lot of people, we're going back into the idea of obsession in yanderes, but probably less on the killing side of it all. The idea of obsession in a lot of pieces of media is that it does end up becoming borderline abuse, and that is that's
Yep.
Why? We don't have to do this. It's just We don't have to be this way, guys. But the take that Heaven Official's Blessing does on it, and I would really love it if we got more of this type of devotion, is once again, it was initially a case study of what would it be like for a loyal devoter to worship a god so much and for so long. What does that look like? That's basically what the whole entire story is. And that's crazy how well written it is. Bruh! I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with being obsessed in that kind of case. Not in the sense of I'm going to choke you out and kill you if you don't, stay with me, all that kind of jazz. Because that's horrible. I hate that.
That is horrible, yeah. I understand.
And to write that off as romance is terrible as well. That's not a romance. Once again, coming back full circle to the case of, let's not romanticize abuse. Abuse is abuse. It's not love.
Yeah.
They don't love you if they abuse you.
True.
Abuse is right. It's so strange how more people are prone to that kind of abuse. Yeah, we were talking about this before you got here, Gumi, about tropes of yandere. My hot take, I'm sick and tired of the yandere tropes that we've had for the last decade and a bit. I want to switch up. I want something new. Give me something new. Give me a bit of spice. I'm sick of the same pink girl in a schoolgirl outfit who's a teenager obsessed with her senpai and just chuckles under her breath constantly. That's so boring.
That's just stimulated.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm sick of it. I'm bored. Yeah. I'm so bored. Give me something else. Give me a girl with more personality other than the fact that she's obsessed with a dude who she would kill anyone for. Which is why we got onto the topic of devotion and how it can be perceived in different kinds of ways. How people, instead of killing for the sake of someone they love, they die for the sake of someone they love. In the case of Heaven Official's Blessing, kind of a similar situation of, Hua Chang would literally die for Shilian. He would have put his life on the line for Shilian, and he has on several occasions put his life on the line. But he has also been heavily devoted to him for those 800 years. He has done so many things just so that Shilian can feel comfortable with him and, to dedicate himself to him for that long. Oh, bye, KJ!
Bye, KJ. Thank you for coming. Mwah, mwah, mwah. That being said, yandere, kinda hot.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yandere is kind of hot. Like I said, I can't deny it because of the Michael Myers thing for me. That I can't say. I can't say I can't say that because that doesn't make any sense.
It's the concept. Yeah, the concept itself is it's pretty good.
Yeah, the idea of how it's executed is my problem. Is the case of you could do so much with this and you're not. You're not taking the shots you should be. What the fuck is this? I want something new. I want some spice.
Yeah. We need some variations of the trope here because the trope has been overdone. Yeah,
it's been so overdone to the point of where, what is it, sugar something time or whatever, I literally had mentioned to you, literally said to you, it's the same girl from Future Diary. It's the same girl. You're kidding me. What the heck?
Crazy. It's crazy.
You don't want me or anyone else catching on to the fact of this girl's literally the same in this other universe. They're literally the same person. What?
And it's very, it's completely different story. But they're the same person.
Completely different story, but the same person. Like, come on.
100%.
What the heck? Switch it up a little. I don't know. Make her have green hair instead and, not such a... Senpai, you belong to me and only me! What?
That's literally Ubo from Pure.
Oh my gosh!
I love Ubo. Oh my god.
There are so many flavors to yandere. Trust me, I have experience in that aspect is overdone. I don't want to know about that experience.
Oh, one trope that I like too. Have you watched Kakegurui? It's not an isekai. It's the gambling.
Oh, the gambling one.
The
Yes,
gambling one.
yes.
Like Yumiko, that's a type of like, I wouldn't say yandere because she's not obsessed with anyone. She's obsessed with gambling. That's her obsession. And I think that's a really cool spin because she doesn't even care about well, I wouldn't even call him main character. He's just a dude that's there because he doesn't do anything. But
Bro, it was just like, what's it? And Nick Carraway from The Great Gatsby. That's what he is.
Yeah, literally. He's just there. I really like Kakegurui because Yumiko, she does what she does. She gambles with her life and like billions and trillions of yen just because she gets off from it, and that's really good. I really like that type of character. That's so like dedicated.
A really good form of yandere in a way.
Yeah, it's really good.
We need more of that. What the heck?
We need more.
Why isn't there more of that?
What if she's a killer, but only so she can get her brother out of prison?
I feel like that's been done in real life.
That I was about to say, yeah.
Isn't there like cases of where that's been done in real life?
Oh, I don't know that one game. That sounds that sounds good though.
But then again, that anime is kind of, you know what? Never mind. Hold on, I'm googling this.
We gotta Google that. We gotta Google it.
I have to. I mean, I've already googled everything else, so. Oh!
Base or cringe?
I think I've seen this one.
What's your verdict? Base or cringe?
I mean, the English translation for the name is a boring world where the concept of dirty jokes doesn't exist. So
that sounds hilarious.
You take your pick. You take your pick.
That sounds peak. Just saying. Shimoneta.
That's a funny long translation of that name.
It's a one word. They translated to all of that.
Yeah, so Shimoneta, a boring world where the concept of dirty jokes don't exist. She's an antagonist. She's the president of the Tokioka Academy Student Council and a childhood friend of the main protagonist. Oh, she's friends with the main protagonist.
In the dystopian future of 2030, the Japanese government is cracking down on any perceived immoral activity, from using risque language to distributing lewd materials in the country, to the point where all citizens are forced to wear high-tech devices called peacemakers at all times that analyze every spoken word and hand motions for any action that could break the law. A new high school student named Tenokushi Okuma enters the country's leading elite public morals schools to reunite with his crush and student council president, Ana Nishikonomiya. However, Tanukishi quickly finds himself entwined with a perverted terrorist, Blue Snow, when she kidnaps and forces him to join her organization, sucks in creating and spreading pornographic material across the city as a form of protest against regulation. These sounds based. Honestly based. That's my takeaway.
Well, now I know why Gumi didn't want to explain it. So. It makes a lot of sense now. I get it.
I get it. It's the government mandated.
You know what's so funny? Is so the animes of where society, I don't know, has to take on new models of what is considered the norm to prevent certain things from happening. Like, this is a funny example of it. Another really funny example of it that is an absolute, like, fever dream, but it's still really funny, is Hypnosis Mike.
Hypnosis Mike?
Oh my gosh. This is one of those animes of where it's like, okay, you deliver something for me that I've never seen, and I'll deliver this because you've never seen it. So, Hypnosis Mike basically plays into this idea of what if society removed weapons and instead replaced them with mics.
Okay.
Using words as a weapon rather than, like guns and knives and all that jazz. That's basically the take of Hypnosis Mic.
So they're like
now,
battle rapping each other when they fight?
Yes, that's what they're doing.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I like that concept.
It's so funny because I need to give the story. So years ago when Kat and I used to do an anime night on the server, we should probably bring that back. But basically we watched the entire first season of Hypnosis Mic with everyone on the server. It was such a fever dream for everyone because they were like, what the fuck is happening? Why is it that women decided that it was a good idea to remove weapons and replace it with mics? And why is it that all these dudes are fighting each other with mics? It's such a good show. Like I said, it's really strange what's happening. Season 2 is also really good, but also it once again feels like a fever dream. But the storyline, the way everything is portrayed, the way that it all goes down, so good. It's so funny the way that it goes down. It's just, you have to watch it. It's
what's the name? Let me
super
note it
duper
down.
silly.
What's the name?
Hypnosis Mic.
Hypnosis Mic. That sounds so fun.
Yeah, it is so good. Hi.
Let's note that down. Hello. Hi, Avi. I'm awake just in time.
I watched these in high school, and I'm glad I did because now I'm a broken person. What the heck?
No, he has a point. He has a point. Me, myself, watching these now as an adult, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
It's a different approach, because I can't. I was like,
Imagine what it could have been like when you were younger. If you watched it when you were younger, what kind of person you'd be now?
Bro. I don't think I would change, but I'll be more relaxed about it. Because
that old lady's advice would still resonate with you.
Would still resonate with me, absolutely. I'm awake just in time. Corn in my bias.
Hello, my beloved.
Yeah. Avi, I would assume you never went to sleep for you to be awake at this time, but I'm glad you are. Good morning. Good morning.
We'll never have another prison. Don't even mention that.
Oh, that's another one that I heard about, yeah.
Hell no. Oh my goodness. 2010 though, in comparison to 2024, that's a 14-year difference. So yeah, a lot has changed within those 14 years.
I did sleep. Okay, that's good, Abby. That's good. I'm glad you did. Yeah, absolutely. I can tell, watching nowadays anime and watching, older anime. I can see the difference. I started out watching...
if you've... You go.
I was gonna say, I started watching Fate's Unlimited Blade Works. That's the first. That's because Fate apparently has 300 iterations. So Cho told me we're starting watching Unlimited Blade Works. Even though it's an older anime, the animation is fantastic. It's really, really good. And apparently, because the studio that makes Fate anime, they're the richest studio out there, so they have higher quality stuff. And I was like, damn, that's pretty good. Sorry, I just wanted to say that it was
so shocked that France is mentioned in the Fate series. That's so funny to me.
France?
Yeah. France, I don't know, makes an appearance within one of the series, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was really shocking because I was like, what the fuck? Why is a real place here? It's a fantasy.
I mean, Unlimited Blade Works, the one I'm watching, just happens in Japan. Oh, sorry for the ads. I'm sorry. But yeah, that just happens in Japan, so that's commonplace. But I really like the concept as well. It's pretty fun.
Who did the Fate series? Who was it? I know it's a game, but
I have no idea. I just remember when I was started talking with Cho, I was like, oh, we could start watching Fate. And then we had another friend on stream. It's like, okay, but which Fate? And I was like, okay, let me look it up.
Which one?
And like the list just kept going. I was like, what the fuck is this? There's like 60 iterations of this universe. What the fuck?
Bro got lost. Lost real quick.
I was like, bro, you guys need to guide me through this. So true. Add jail.
Oh, okay. That makes... I was like... Type Moon is not that famous, at least the novel. And then I realized that Type Moon was the one who created the light novel. The manga is developed by Kadokawa. And then who did the TV series?
Damn.
Ufotable? Really?
Is that
I don't know. I wouldn't consider them to be that big.
Welcome back.
Because they only started their stuff in like 2000, so they're notable though. They did Demon Slayer, so.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Do karaoke and no one can stop my voice. I will be so evil if you don't rest.
Goom, this is me shaking my head. SMH shaking my head. You need to rest sometimes, man.
You need to rest. You actually take Corn's advice from earlier. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Just rest.
Just say fuck it.
You don't have to do all these things.
True.
Are you winning, son? No, he's not winning. He's been sick. He started like 2 days ago feeling really ill, and then he had rested yesterday.
Sure, I can show my feet. 1 second. There you go. Is this what you want?
Not for free.
It's for free. Is this what you wanted? There
you go. You gotta make people pay.
I mean, Abby's a friend. You know, she gets one peak for free.
1 peak.
How much for the Pete's? For the Pete's, the feet pictures. That's what Pete stands for.
Pete's is funny.
That's pretty good.
It's like how Aussie says to me, pith.
Ah, pith. Pretty good shit.
Yeah, she says pith to me.
Abby cannot control herself around feet.
Let me sniff those elf spices.
Oh my god, Goo. What the?
Damn.
It's pretty good.
Okay. But you know, I haven't seen anything from the Fate series.
Yeah, I've only started seeing Blade Works, and we're starting season 2 soon. We just ended season 1 2 days ago. Pretty good. That being said,
Is
Caster
Fate
wife material. Oh my god. I shower, okay? Chat.
Do you?
Yes. Brazil's really hot. I shower like twice a day.
No, I'm kidding. I had to ask that because I asked that to Gumi the other day. So he's like, guys, I shower. You should shower too. And I was like, do you?
I can see Goom not showering. Honestly, I can see that. So I understand the question.
Can you come pick me up? Oh wait, that's right. Yeah, sure, baby. I'll come pick you up.
Hey. I mean, years. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm joking. I'm joking, Goo. You're fine. I'm joking.
I mean, look, I had to ask and I had to mention because it's still funny to me. So
no, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Oh, okay. So the Fate series is apparently technically not a shonen because apparently the original was aimed explicitly at adults. So technically, it would be in a way considered to be a seinen.
I can see that.
Mm.
I know it should be an ex Yu-Gi-Oh player, but come on. Oh, that's.
It's at least 500 years.
At least. Exactly.
But yeah, I was looking it up because I was thinking to myself, maybe the reason why I haven't watched a lot of the stuff that you've been shown is because a majority of it will be shonen, whereas for me, obviously, grew up a lot on shoujo and josei.
Yeah.
I should not have been watching josei at the age I was watching it.
It is fair.
It's really bad that not even just watching it, I was reading it too. Like, there is a manga called Othello. It doesn't have an anime, at least from what I remember. It doesn't have an anime. That technically would have been a josei because it was more aimed towards 18 plus females. I should not have been reading that at, how old was I? At 7 years old.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
That's not good. That doesn't sound good.
The reason why I was reading it at that age is because my local library back home in New Zealand had an anime and manga section. And my older sister at the time, she was reading that stuff. And she was getting us into like Oron and all that other stuff. So at the time, I was unaware. Went into the section, got out the books, and obviously the library's not going to stop me from getting a book that I want, so they, allowed me to take it out, and I read that stuff, and I was like, looking back now, I probably shouldn't have read it.
Yeah, I can see that being a thing.
Like, another example, so aside from Othello, another example would have been, what is it called? Guru Guru Pon Pon? I should not have read that.
That sounds so innocent.
Okay, it kind of is. So, Guru Guru Pon Pon. Oh, not Guru Guru Pon Pon. Guru Guru Pon-chan. So, it's about a girl who she's originally like a golden retriever puppy, and she turns into a human.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I can see the issues.
Yeah. So this dude, I can't even remember what his name was, but he falls in love with her, and there's a part in the final manga in the she like dies for some reason. I can't remember why. I think it's because she's not, every single time she turns into a human, it like drains her life force or whatever, which turned out to be a load of whack because she, like, the day that they had her funeral and they were going to cremate her, they put her casket in the cremator, and they hear rustling, and she cracks open the door, and she's got like smoke all over her. She's alive, and it's like, what the fuck?
That's okay.
Girl, survive that? Girl, it's hot in there, and you're okay? You're still in one piece?
That's insane. That is insane.
Yeah, so the book itself, it's really old, and it's only got like 9 volumes. It wasn't very long. And I read that when I was 7 years old. There's a panel in the last couple of pages in the last volume of where, like, it's considered that Pon Pon and the guy that she's, in love with are, like, having a very intimate moment. The devil's tango basically is what happens. Yeah.
The devil's tango. I love
the devil's
expression.
tango is basically what happens.
I love that.
And I may or may not have read the 9 volumes. Okay, I'm surprised though, Groomy, that you read it, because there's 9 volumes. They're really short though. They're not that long. They're not big at all.
Okay.
So I'm surprised though that he's read it, because in my opinion, Guru Guru Pon-chan is really niche. It's not one that a lot of people would know about. Because, the expectancy for a lot of mangas is that, like, you read it because you've watched the anime. It doesn't have an anime. It's just a book I read
I see.
in a local library, and not a lot of people would know what the heck it is.
It's underground. I see what you mean.
Yeah. That may or may not be niche. I collect them if I like it. That's very cool. Because like I said, it's a very niche kind of novel, so I didn't think a lot of people knew about it. Another one that I should mention. It's based on a novel, like a full-on written book novel, but they ended up releasing comics for it. I considered it manga at the time because of the style it was in. I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called, but I remember distinctly the plotline. It's a girl, she's like goth and obsessed with vampires. So she ends up meeting this guy who I can't even remember what his name is. I remember what his brother's name is, which is Claude, which such a basic name for a brother. But
is that the one about the brothers, like the family of vampires that you mentioned before?
No, that's Diabolic Lovers, and I still think it's really funny that I got to explain that to you.
Yeah, I was like, damn, like, bruh.
Look, Diabolic Lovers is abusive, and in terms of relaying back to killing stalking, I would say, is a lot worse than Diabolic Lovers. But Diabolic Lovers, in a case, can also be really bad because there's, like, you know, several games that are surrounding this, romanticizing this idea of abusive vampires falling in love with you. But this one is pretty good. I read it when I was 7 or 8 years old because, once again, it was in the manga section. I can't remember what it's called, but basically she's a goth who really has like this fondness, I guess we'll call it, towards vampires. It's not an abusive relationship. He's just a dude looking for love, and he falls in love with her. Yeah, he's just a dude. He falls in love with her. I can't remember what it is for the life of me. I'm so annoyed that I can't. Oh my goodness! I think Gumi's right. Hold on, I need to look this up. I think he's right. Oh my
god.
Thank goodness,
Gumi, like
Gumi, the
encyclopedia mangas.
He's right! He's right about it! Oh,
holy shit, dude. Damn, good job.
Gumi, I adore you. Thank you so much. I could not for the life of me remember what this book was called.
Look at every bite.
Frustrating me for years. It's so, like, I remember reading it because I think this is probably where my tangent of liking vampires came from before Diabolic Lovers came into my life.
That's what the epicenter you're telling me?
yeah, pretty much.
Nice.
You unlocked a cool part of me with that. I really wish I forgot about it. Okay, he might not have liked it. I really liked it. It was an awakening for me. So
Okay.
Honestly, reading this, I'm surprised that I never went through a goth phase. So that's one part of this that shocked me. But so the story itself, they don't have much of an origin for the story. It's just that she's a goth girl called Raven, conveniently.
Of course she is.
Yeah, of course she's called that. And you know, her vampire boyfriend, and that's it. Casually, really, is that it's just a bunch of volumes with her and her vampire boy. There's obviously plot going on in the background, but it's not, you know, that interesting. It mentions, like I said, his brother, I think, is called Claude, from what I recall, and there's some vampire war going on. I think, I don't know. I'm blurred because I was like 7, 8 years old when I read this, but there's something happening. It's a little strange, but for the most part, what we get in the series is just the two of them being lovey-dovey. That's pretty much what the whole entire series is.
I mean, fair enough.
I liked it, but it was a hate-like experience. I went through a goth phase because of it as well. See, this is what I'm saying. Really? I read it when I was a kid. I was 8 years old when I read it.
That is surprising.
And I'm surprised I've never had a goth phase. I've never had a goth phase or an emo phase. So I'm surprised that the media I consumed as a kid did not affect anything on me.
That is fair.
This one and the other one, it's not a manga. I can 100% confirm that it doesn't have a manga. It's a comic. It's Vampire Academy. That one as well I read. Also introduced me to the whole concept of vampires and blah blah blah, all that jazz. Vampire Academy was definitely one I should not have been reading.
I have a question for you, Maker. I think you answered this before, but I just want to confirm.
Yeah.
Did you have an obsession for Twilight, the Twilight series?
No, actually,
okay.
That was my older sister. She read the books and watched the movies. I had never seen a single one of them. I probably should, just because, you know, I'm older now and I probably should watch the Twilight movies.
It's so funny.
I've heard many things from people mentioning how they could not watch it without being drunk.
Yeah,
they had to be tipsy in order to consume the media, and I was like, okay, that's kind of funny.
You? Oh, okay. People redeemed the spell description, so I'm gonna talk about a spell.
Go for
real quick.
it.
Okay. Do you have any spell in mind? Do you want me to go on about from D&D?
Fireball.
Okay, Fireball is very simple. Very simple. So Fireball is it requires an action to cast. It has the duration of instantaneous. The components are verbal, somatic, and material. You need bat guano, which is basically literally just oh my god, a bat shit, I guess. And it creates a fireball that deals fire damage, 8d6 fire damage in a 20-foot radius sphere. So yeah, that's the spell description. Redeem, everyone. I just just talk about a spell in D&D. Sorry.
Yo,
I am a nerd. I am a nerd. Yes. Counter spell 2024. I love counter spell.
The volume of Vampire Kisses that had really good art. I think I read it because of that. Okay, I will admit I do think I read it because of that as well. Also, at the time, because like I said, it's a lovey-dovey kind of vampire romance, so the abuse that you find in a lot of other pieces of media is just not there at all within this series, which is why I think I liked it so much. I don't recall a single thing about the plot itself. I don't know what it was, but, you know...
You never
It is what it is.
My god. Ryu never played D&D, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
There's plenty of people who haven't. Okay, side note before we continue on with more discussion about this thing and then come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a quick question about Eldritch Blast. What do you consider it as? Because I think it's a bit too overpowering, but I think, you know... Like, would you...
Wait, what do you mean?
In a case of, like... You know, it's a giant blast. If you succeed in rolling for it, it's a giant blast.
Okay,
like, would you consider putting a cap on it in your campaigns, or do you think like just go wild with it, go haywire?
No. I think the way Eldritch Blast is designed is because it becomes really good if you basically surround your whole build around it using like the Eldritch Invocations. But I have a feeling that Eldritch Blast would be way more interesting if it did something different for every type of patron. So, like, for example, if a fiend patron, let's just say like, you Eldritch Blast, besides, doing the normal damage, let's just say you need to make a dex save and take a little bit extra fire damage. Or like, the Archfey patron, you have a chance of putting your target, you need to spend a resource, maybe a spell slot, to put your target to sleep, or it can charm your target, I think it would be way more interesting if people had different types of Eldritch Blast. Depending on the type of the patron. But no, I don't think it's overpowered. I wouldn't say it's overpowered. Because if somebody goes out of the way, to use all their Eldritch Invocations to build up Eldritch Blast, then I think they kind of deserve it to be powerful because they spend all their class resources on it. Myself. Coming to spells, I am one of the defender that the spells in D&D is one of the most balanced things, one of the most balanced spells. Because, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but the point about the spells is that all the spells that exist, your monsters can do it too. And you can counter a lot of spells in different ways. And I think because a lot of DMs, when it comes to spells, they might not be either experienced with them or they just don't, read about all of them. But spells, it's something that you need to... Monsters are not just, hulking creatures of strength. Your enemies should be able to also cast spells, just like the party can. So hardly you're gonna see an encounter of mine without at least one type of spellcaster or a creature with an item that gives them spell-like features or ability to cast certain spells. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, Ryu. That's awful.
Ladies and gentlemen, Corn the Wizard.
Corn the Wizard, I'm sorry, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Corn the Wizard.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, I expect you to know about your spells. It's in the gig.
Yeah, I am very particular about D&D spells. It's my favorite aspect of D&D.
Real. Okay. I was right. I'm not going crazy. Going on the topic of vampires, mentioning Vampire Academy. There was a graphic novel, and I read it, and I shouldn't have.
Of course. Jesus Christ.
There's so many pieces of media I should not have read. Because I was just like, look, when you're a kid, you don't want to be reading words of a book. Words of a book at that time are really boring to you.
Yeah.
I didn't get into classic novels until I was about 13, 14. Reading comics and manga was the only thing keeping me intact. And that's what I did.
No, that's pretty good.
Another one that's a really good mention, which was also on the shelf. I can't remember what it is. Gumi will probably be able to help me out here. It's these kids. I say kids because, well, the eldest of them is like, what, she's 17, I think, from what I remember. They were like experiments. I'm really, really trying to remember this. They like have angel wings.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can't remember it's Max something.
They just have angel wings?
Yeah, they have angel wings, and they were experimented on. Avi! She's playing Careless Whisper!
Why Careless Whisper? Wait.
Because it's an intro. Some of the people in my chat use it as an intro.
That's a good point.
I can't remember what it's called. But, so the yes! That one! Thank you so much.
Damn!
Right. That's what it is.
Holy shit, he knows everything.
I know, he's so helpful for me. Oh my gosh. Because I just cannot remember for the life of me. The bus came and picked me up. Yay!
Yay!
But yeah, so Maximum Ride, I didn't read all of them because the most inconvenient thing about a lot of local libraries, and even in high school libraries as well, they don't always... Ow! Thank you for the throw.
Get thrown.
Yeah, get thrown. The most inconvenient part about libraries and the entire series is that they never do. So they'll have a couple of the books, but then they won't have the whole entire thing. So, for example, for Maximum Ride, I never read the first one. My library only had from 2 to 5. And then would skip a bunch and then have the last few.
I see. Okay.
It was really bad for the time.
It do be like that.
Yeah, it do be like that. But so, like I said, the general idea is that it's a bunch of kids who, I guess in a sense, have been experimented on. No, sticker!
It's over. It's over, chat.
So... yeah, they've basically been experimented on. They have angel wings, and they've, I guess, escaped is what happened, kind of. yeah, quote unquote, they run into a bunch of people who they assist. Max ends up with, I can't remember his name, but he's like the epitome of a goth boy, basically. But
Fair enough.
it's that kind of situation. Is that he's the epitome of a goth boy? He looks like Sebastian from Stardew Valley. I'm kidding about that. That's what he looks like.
I see. Okay.
Basically, him and Max end up together in the first couple of novels that I read. You don't really expect that. It's later on when it's suggested, and then they do end up together. But you know, the typical teenager, I'm getting jealous because you're talking to other girls kind of situation. That was what was happening in the later novels, and then, you know, she gets pissed off at him for all that and blah 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 blah. But as far as I remember, it was a decent read. I shouldn't be going off of this because I was like 10 when I read that one. Once again, a series that I just couldn't comprehend that well at the time because I was such a child. But
I see.
if you
makes
want
sense.
a cool graphic novel for a book series that exists, I think it was pretty decent. I think it's a decent read. It is definitely more aimed towards teenagers because of the way it's written. But I don't know, it was kind of interesting. This is just me going into the depths of my brain remembering things, and it's helpful that Gumi is here because without his assistance, I'd be stuck. I'd be stuck. I would be like, I can't remember for the life of me what the heck this thing is. I don't remember. I can't figure it out. I also had some issues with Artemis Fowl and the Pendragon series. Okay, here's another series that I need to ask, and perhaps maybe Corn, you've seen this despite it's considered an anime, but it was like played on kids shows a lot of the time. Do you know what Del Toro Quest is?
Del Toro Quest?
Yeah, Del Toro Quest.
Not by name.
Okay, so Del Toro Quest is a novel that was turned into an animated series about this belt, I guess we can call it. I think it's what it is. That contains all these gems. It's the whole same shenanigans with like the Infinity Stones. Obtain all these gems and blah blah blah. Reunite the Del and the Torah. Blah blah blah. That kind of thing. I have not been able to find people who know what the heck I'm talking about, because a lot of people tend to just be like, what the heck is Del Toro Quest? I'm like, what the heck? What do you mean? What's Del Toro Quest? Am I insane? It literally has an anime. What are you talking about? It's real, I promise.
Damn, that's great. That's actually funny. Are you insane? What's
it's an Australian series, if I recall. Hey, watch it.
That's funny.
Is it an Australian series? I didn't know if it was an Australian series. Oh, it is. You're right. Written by, what's her name? Emily Rodder. That's a name. Emily Rodder is her name.
Okay.
Japanese game of Del Toro Quest was made. I did not know that. But yeah, this show was like, it only aired one episode, and it's a blur to me because this one individual episode that I do recall is that I can't remember what his name is, but I think his name's Leaf. I think his name is
Leaf.
Yeah, Leaf. Not spelled. Maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong, but like it's spelled Lief. Yeah, I know. Unique. Whatever.
Yeah. No, sounds like Leaf. Sounds like Leaf.
Yeah, unique name. Sure, but the thing I distinctly remember about this one episode is that they're on a road and they get ambushed, and it's them going through this tunnel. That's all I remember about that episode. But I've thought for the longest time that I was like, does anyone actually know what the heck Del Toro Quest is? Realizing now not knowing that at the time that it's an Australian novel. So no, not a lot of people would know what the heck that is.
Fair.
I digress. Forget I said anything.
Aw, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It happens.
It's like the time of when I asked people if they knew what free phonics was, and once again realizing that people don't know what the heck free phonics is.
Yep. Oh, sorry. I don't know what that is.
Okay, free phonics though, there is a... It's hard to explain why people wouldn't have seen it, because the thing is, people would have seen it. It was a kids show that was from CBBC, which is like a British news network that also gave other channels the rights to show the series. It's got 40 episodes. It's a show. Hold on 2 seconds. Bye, Abby!
Oh,
Rest
bye,
well!
Abby. Bye.
Bye,
Thank
bye,
you
bye,
for
bye.
coming.
But so Free Phonics is a kids' TV show. Ow! Thank you for the throw. Oh, she's exiting, so she's using Careless Whisper to depart.
Of course she is. Of course she is. As she should, honestly.
But yeah, so the series is about these 3 people, Freezemo, BB, and I can't remember the other character. It's probably listed in here somewhere. Freeze, Mo, and BB. They're all in a group together to save the free wave, I guess. It's a show about music. There's this woman called Sugar, who's like a goddess of music, but like she's the good type of it. And then there is a antagonist. His name is Vox, hilariously enough. Sorry, my brain goes Ben 10 when I read the name. Fair enough.
What are the odds?
But yeah, so there are these basically 2 gods, Sugar and Vox. Vox is the evil of this music idea. So basically these 3 characters that we've been introduced to, they possess the power of the 13th note, which needs to be protected. There is only 12 notes in music, but there is a special 13th note that needs to be protected by the Free Wave Band. And the antagonists of this show are a rock band called Mantis, who once at a show struck the 13th note and summoned Vox, whose intention is to utilize the 13th note for evil and, bring destruction to the world.
That sounds kind of cool.
It's really cool. The issue for the show, and the show itself is actually kind of fun. It's really old though. The show itself, the reason why it didn't get a lot of traction was because BBC wasn't promoting it as well as they should have. They didn't talk about it at all. Only certain people were receiving the idea of this thing existing in the first place. I think it was only Australia, New Zealand, the UK, because that's where it originated from, and I think Canada got a taste of it as well, but only certain people were watching it. It's a really good series if you want to get into, like, I don't know, music and watching people fight with music. That's basically the summary. But the songs on it, bangers. Absolute bangers. They are so good. I love the songs on this show. There's a song that I don't know. I don't think I would consider it my favorite. It's just one that I really, really like. But I think it's... Let me grab it so that everybody has an idea of what the heck I'm talking about. Born to It is what it's called, is what the song is called. I'm so upset that Spotify does not have these songs on Spotify. Because what the heck? These are bangers. These are actually bangers. I don't think there's a video for the song itself, but we're just gonna play it anyways because this is a piece of media that almost doesn't exist. This is a piece of media
it's lost
that
media.
almost, yeah, it's lost media in a way because only, like I said, only certain people would know what the heck this is.
I see.
Mentioning it at any point in time, people would be like, what the hell are you talking about? Which people have done. People have said that to me. They're like, I have no idea what you're on. And I'm like, I'm being so serious. I'm not kidding. There's only a lyric video for this. I don't know why there is no audio for this at all, which I guess is fine. I hope this works. Open up. Grab this. And then hopefully the song is playing. It is playing.
Okay, let me watch your stream.
Bye, Gumi.
Bye, Gumi.
Like, this is a really good song, and they've got a lot of good songs.
Okay, I don't think my OBS is picking up, but that sounds good.
It's so good. It's such a good song. And they've got 40 episodes, and every episode has a song.
Has a song. I see.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a banger. Yeah. I'll give you that.
Like Cad the other day, she was drawing BB, who is the girl with the white and pink hair.
And
I was like, man, this is totally lost media.
Totally.
Only certain people would know about this.
He gives off. There's a name for this. But like the not the animation, but like the style has a very specific style that like Saturday morning kids show had.
No, because you're so right. As I recall, at one point they were showing it on Saturdays.
Yeah, I knew it. That looks like a Saturday morning cartoon.
It's so good. It's such a good song.
It's pretty good.
This song and What Is Cool. I wanted to do a cover of this one at one point, if you can probably hear it.
Let me.
This is such a funky song.
I'll mute your stream real quick.
This song and
Oh no, it's just gonna delay the audio. I can't hear it, but I believe you.
You believe me?
Yeah, I feel your aura. I feel the music.
Everyone
from your aura.
on my side, if you can hear it, tell me it's a banger. Tell me it's a banger because it is a banger.
I can absolutely it is, right chat? Right chat? Yeah.
Right chat? But yeah, it's such a good song. I love it so much. But yes, definitely a piece of media that has been lost to the masses. If at any point you want to look into it, by all means, go for it. I don't even think any of the episodes are available online, so it'll be hard to get your hands on.
Oh my god, okay.
Yeah.
Literally have to hunt for it. Okay, I see.
Yeah, but the songs are there. The songs exist, and look, my mind was expanded when I watched and listened to the songs, so I think yours will probably expand 20 times more as well.
Oh, absolutely. Hopefully. Thank you for
I don't even know how we got here.
Oh, we were talking about anime tropes again.
Oh yeah. Guys, look, we're going back to tangents again. Whoopee!
Yay! That being said, you did say, you wanted this one to be shorter, so I don't know how much shorter you wanted to. It's already 3 hours. I don't know.
Yes, true. Because it is 1 a.m. and I've got work.
You have got work. I mean, I think we've talked like a while, even though we stayed mostly on topic this time. That's interesting.
Yeah, we've always been able to come back full circle to what we were on about.
Absolutely.
And then obviously went into a long tangent in the end, but like that's just how we roll.
That's how we do it here. That's how we do it in this Snack Time podcast chat.
Yes, we do. That's how it always. If we're not doing that, something's wrong.
Something's wrong. Yeah, it's not us. We've been replaced by imposters.
Yeah, exactly. If you don't hear us go on tangents while simultaneously somehow staying on topic and also just, laughing about dumb things, it's not us. Call the police.
Not us.
Call the cops. We've been kidnapped.
Absolutely.
But no, definitely, I think this is probably a good spot to wrap up. Do you have any final words?
Not really. I'm just saying that I've learned about a lot of anime today that I don't know about, and it just shows me, how much of how much that I only seen a drop in the ocean so far.
There's it's a big drop, and I'm hoping it'll ripple effect to all these other things, because some of it's really good media, other obviously not so much, but like, you win some and you lose some.
You win some, you lose some. Absolutely.
Exactly. But yes, I think we'll wrap it up here for today, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for today's podcast. We will possibly see you all next Thursday for another session. Who knows what it will be?
Who knows? It's a mystery. It's always a mystery, chat. It's always a mystery.
It's always a mystery. Just like how we don't know if Korn will remain forever on Twitter, but he's back for now.
I mean, technically, just so you know, I explained. Apparently, that's a technicality. I don't know how true this is, but apparently, what happened was because the ISPs were banning Twitter. What Elon Musk did was changing the dedicated ISP from Twitter to Cloudflare, and Cloudflare hosts like half of the internet, so the ISPs cannot block Cloudflare. So basically, Twitter is back. But technically,
we've technically broken a rule, but
yeah, technically they didn't lift the ban. So but hopefully they would just be like, okay, then leave it there. Hopefully, because I missed.
Well played.
Oh, well played. Yeah, I missed Twitter, chat. I missed Twitter.
He's back with more shenanigans. Yay! Hopefully in the next 2 weeks we'll get even more shenanigans.
Yay! Yes, let's go. Let's go, chat. Yeah.
More shenanigans with more xenomorphs and more random tier lists of women that Korn really appreciates. Which, by the way, we've got something cooking in the oven.
We do.
I think it's next week. I think we're going to... Yeah, next week. Next week we're going to do it.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of work to do, but that's okay. I can get started with your listing and my listing.
Absolutely. We have something cooking, chat.
Yeah, I mean, we've got stuff cooking tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow for you. It'll be
it'll be Saturday. For me.
Yeah, but we won't be streaming on our channels. It'll be on Gummies, but we're not going to say what it is. So.
Yeah, it's a surprise, but you guys are going to like it, I'm sure.
Yes, it'll be really fun. But please, yes, definitely
Hello,
check us all out.
Absolutely.
Okay, Rod.
Corey, last time we let you cook Brazil killed Twitter. Well, don't worry about it, okay? I'm back, baby.
We're back, baby!
Yeah,
let's go!
Sadly, we are about to end, Rod, but I appreciate you stopping by. Because Macaron has to work or something. Your
presence is always appreciated. Yeah, I gotta make money. I gotta work.
Yeah, she hates me. But we
I don't hate you. How dare you?
I'm joking.
No, I just really love money.
Yeah. As you should. But yeah, I guess the Snack Time podcast will catch you all next time.
Yes. Do we want to read out actually?
Rate someone?
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, sure. I don't think anybody that I know is streaming right now. Let me look. Yeah, nobody. Oh, is streaming. Wanna raise is?
Oh, yes.
Okay, let's go. Let me put the the raid message. Hi, Corn.
Hang on.
Macaroni.
What the heck? I thought I was following Isa, but I guess not. Hold on, 2 seconds.
Oh my god, Chad. Look at her. Look at this false backstabber.
What?
False friend.
No.
joking.
Look, as I record, I thought I was, but I apparently was not. I have now forgotten what Izza's username is.
It is the Tabidin 27? Is it Tabidin?
There it is.
Hey.
Tabidin, yeah.
There you go. Let me just prepare the raid there. And I
Let me go prepare
appreciate
my raid.
Yeah. Thank
You were saying?
chat. I was gonna appreciate and tell everyone thank you for coming and spending some time with us.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty fun. I'm hoping that this thing recorded. I'll actually cry if it didn't.
I hope it did.
I
If
will sob.
not, we could use like a Discord recorder that records the Discord call next time. Because my friend used to do that, and he knows the bot and everything. The bot just records audio for podcasts.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
The raid has begun. Cool. We will see you all
next
Saturday
time
on Gumi's channel.
Yay! Bye bye.
Oh wait, I'm doing Baldur's Gate on then. Oh well, that's okay. Bye bye everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.